Okay, it is December 2026. Oh no, dang, I'm all off already. 2025, December 23rd. Hopefully, don't nobody got to work tomorrow because we got the late night stream, and it's been a minute since we all been live together.
Yeah, bro. It's been a minute since I've been live at all.
When was
Oh
that
yeah,
last? When was that last live? Did y'all look that up? When that last live we did?
I mean,
with
have we been on live since I've been in Vegas? I don't think we've been live since I've been in Vegas.
you might be right. What's going on, EW? Uh,
Yeah, I mean, we did. Nah, we didn't even go live when we was in Chicago. We did that video. We did like a semi like a live S video, but I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think
that's
we've been
right.
live since I've been in Vegas though.
yeah, so it's been
Yeah,
it's,
that's
it's
right.
been a minute. We got
Yeah, it's been a
Tog
minute.
Life. We got SJ.
What up?
SJ looking like his heat don't work.
Funny
Hey,
enough,
it's cold.
I really don't run my heat during the winter. So my house is like 50 degrees right now.
It's cold over on y'all side of the country
Yeah.
though. It's raining here though right now. So
Oh man, yeah. It's definitely cold. So I have two photo shoots tomorrow. What's going on, Enrique?
Enrique, you got two photo shoots on Christmas Eve, bruh? That's
Hey,
crazy.
that's getting it out the mud right there.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's getting that
that's
money. Yeah, he's
crazy.
getting that money.
Yeah. So I was just thinking that we ain't been live together. It probably been like a year or two.
I would probably say a couple of years. If his talk been in Vegas for about 2 years, I'd say it
And
probably
I've
been
been
about
in
2 years.
Vegas 3 years, man.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
yeah, so it's
yeah.
been a grip
I'm
then.
I'm pushing 3 years. It's
Yeah,
almost three. Yeah, it's almost three.
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a grip then.
So for everybody watching, what I wanted to do was kind of we got a few different things going out in this community right now. So we want to bring it to the table. We got some gear talk, which always gets folks riled up. So wanted to talk about a few things that has uh, came out here recently, and then we want to talk about some photography advice, just some things about creating content, things of that nature. We got a few different topics though. So I think as the conversation progresses, we'll kind of take a certain stance and see where it goes if people don't get too flustered over the gear talk.
Right.
So the latest, and I want to get everybody's perspective on this because in the title I got some of the latest tech that has come out, which is the Sony A7V and the Nikon ZR. So I want to direct this because I feel like somebody somebody in the chat created a specific video about about
Uh,
people being excited about gear. So let's speak now or forever hold your peace.
forever hold the peace, right? Man, nah, I'm just tired of the open gate stuff, bro. Because if we keeping it a buck, the only reason, the only reason that Sony people is so pissed off that A75 didn't have open gate is because
Mhm.
Canon brought out a camera that has open gate. I would almost say I guarantee if Canon didn't bring out a camera with open gate, Sony, all these Sony people would not be crying about that A75 not having it. They just don't like the fact that Canon has something that their camera doesn't have. That's where all this is coming from. that I did convince nobody can convince me otherwise. Like if Canon didn't drop that, these Sony people wouldn't even care, man. It wouldn't even be a topic of discussion right now.
Yeah, because Sony is the innovator.
Uh,
They
yeah,
bring it to the market first.
I mean, I would say there's some truth to that. Yeah, I would say there's some truth to that, but also at the same time, I don't really understand the whole, like, I get what open gate is. I don't understand why people are now acting like it's just this magical thing
Mhm.
that they need. And it's like, oh, well, if I don't have it, like the cameras, like open gate isn't this where you could just film whatever you want. It ain't like a 360 camera, right? Like you think about a
Right.
360 camera, that's getting everything. So then you go into post and I mean, you can do whatever because I mean, you got the 360-degree view. Open gate's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Mhm.
still have to plan ahead with open gate. If you want to get vertical content out of it, you can't frame the head and think you're going to get vertical content. Like you still got to plan ahead and be like, okay, I know I want to get vertical out of this. I got to back up so that way I'm not too tight when I go vertical,
Right.
which is the same exact thing you could do with 16:9. So I don't really get where like now all of a sudden people are just acting like it's just this thing, this magical thing that we have to have. And if a camera manufacturer doesn't put it in there, they're stupid or they're this, that. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, because it was like it was a few different takes that I saw on the whole open gate situation, but with I, as like a videographer, yeah, is it essential? So we got Jones Collective is useful for people who shoot anamorphic.
Yeah, and I think that's the only argument that I've seen that actually has some validity to it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've seen a couple of anamorphic sets with it, but I think I've seen a couple of different videos of people ranting, Tog Life included, about the A7V. And you know what? I was actually waiting because I was in a decisive position of, do I want to buy a Z8 or do I want to buy a Sony camera? Because I got the A7S3, right? But also I got the Megadap and what Newer has an adapter to change the or put the Sony lenses on the Nikon, right? So it was something from that perspective where I was like, man, I need something. I don't need top tier. So when I was looking at the Sony A7R5, I was like, maybe I don't need that much, but just something right in between where I can still get the content that I need. But I did have some stipulations because when I was looking at what I could do with it, is I typically run a 3 camera setup when I'm like filming weddings or something of the nature. And so one thing that I noticed from putting the A7S2 up against the A7S3 was when I was limited to the 8-bit in the Sony A7S2, and I was recording the A7S3 in 10-bit, and I went back and looked at those colors. I was like, oh hell nah, this ain't gonna work. Yeah, I'm editing the footage. I'm like, oh man, this 10-bit is, oh man, it's 10 years ahead of this 8-bit. So I was looking from that perspective too. Just before I was running the FX30s with the A7S3. So that's why I was like, man, that A7V could probably work because it's definitely a good blend between the video and then on the sensor side for the photos. Like if I ever need to do a different setup.
Yep. So I mean, do you still feel like it's a solid option, or has the internet chatter made you hesitate?
Nah, I'm like one of your greatest shields, Any if you give it to me, it's good, baby. It's the best thing since sliced bread if you give it to me now, you know what I'm saying? So Sony, holla at your boy.
Right, right. Yeah, I haven't really dived into like the A7V specs because obviously I don't shoot Sony and I don't really care about any of the other brands. But one of the things that I did mention in my little rant video was, at the end of the day, you go and hit a threshold. Like Sony has for a long time, Sony was a company that really listened to their customers, which I could appreciate because I remember back when I like before the R5 came out, I was envious of Sony just because if they brought a camera out and there was, people, their customer base was complaining about this, complaining about that, the next iteration or the next camera that they brought out, they addressed it. And I'm like, man, I wish Canon would do that because Canon's kind of like, we're going to do what we want to do and you're going to like it. So I think in the beginning, that was cool for Sony because Sony was able to take a lot of risks. Like they didn't, in the earlier days, they didn't have a whole lot of market share. So they didn't have anything to lose. They didn't really have a reputation of being a camera brand. They didn't really have a market share. So they was able to take risks like, okay, our customers want it. It may not be ready, but let's give it to them. Whatever we got, let's give it to them and see how it goes. And if they don't like it, okay, cool, we'll change it. I think that has shifted now in two ways. They have more market share. So now they don't have the flexibility to be able to just kind of do whatever. Like now, like there's a lot of people that use Sony. Sony is really big in the cinema world right now. So they can't just be like, okay, let's just throw something in. We don't know if it's ready or not, but let's just throw it out there anyway. They can't do that. And then also you hit a ceiling on technology. You can only do so much. Like Sony for a while was like every camera they was bringing out, they was putting something in it that you was just like, damn. Like Sony is crazy. Like they are just like coming out, like hitting it out the park every single time. Eventually you're going to get to a point where technology just, there's no more space to do that. But yet the customers still expect that because that's what Sony has given them year after year, camera after camera. So now their user base is still expecting that. So now the A7V comes out. It's more of an incremental upgrade, which is how Nikon and Canon and Fuji typically does their cameras. And Sony users are going crazy because it doesn't fit that we need this. You got to put everything in this new camera, and they just don't know how to deal with that. So, Sony kind of, what they're dealing with right now, they kind of set themselves up for it based off of how they did things in the past. And I mean, it is what it is, but.
So are you saying that Sony users are spoiled? Do we not demand the best the best technology? I don't care if you hit a ceiling. You better get a shovel and dig through it because I want innovation. All right.
That's probably how Sony people feel. That's probably how Sony people feel. But also, and I mean, I say this, and I mean, at the end of the day, like this is just how I feel. People can agree or disagree, but I think like a lot of Sony users, they put so much weight in the gear that, again, that's why them not getting something that Canon has, and Canon is like who Sony people shit on the most. Canon's got something that we don't have. So we can't say that we got everything. We can't say that we got the best. We can't say this, that, and the other because Canon has it and these other cameras have it, but we don't. They can't handle that. So I feel like a lot of Sony users are very fragile in that regard.
So are you
in that regard?
So you are a proud Canon user at this point, huh?
I will probably be Canon to the day I die. Because listen, man, like I think all of the gear stuff is stupid. It's dumb. Like at the end of the day, use what you have to create solid content. The gear is so irrelevant most of the time that I don't get caught up in that. I don't care about it. Like I have the camera. Like I still use my 5D Mark IV, bro. I barely use my R5. I barely use that R5. I use my 5D Mark IV 90% of the time because I just love that camera.
Oh, so yeah.
It's like at the end of the day, I want to grow as a cinematographer and a photographer, I don't really care. Like, what's the gear gonna do for me? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I haven't mastered how to be a cinematographer, how is buying a new camera gonna help me?
Hey, they might got some special sauce in the AI chip. You know what I'm saying?
You know, maybe.
So we got Enrique. What is the make and model of the Sony lens to Nikon camera adapter? So I got two of them actually. One of them, and this could be because I haven't updated it, but one of the good ones that I have is the newer, and it's a newer. If
Newer,
you
you
put
say?
E to Z adapter, then this will pop up. The other one that I have, Megadap sent it to me, and I think they are pretty good. But when I did a video here lately where I used the Sigma 200 millimeter on, and that's for Sony E mount, but I converted it and put it on the Nikon Z6 III, and I did it with the adapter. So when I tried it with the newer adapter, it worked. When I tried it with the Megadap, it didn't work. So the newer was solid for most of the lenses I tried to adapt. The Megadap, I think I need a firmware update, but that's to be determined. We got Alton. I'm about to sell my A7C Mark II and buy the ZR. So we got people. We got Nikon out here converting people, and
Bro,
I feel like actually, I feel like we had some Canon folks that got converted.
I feel like people need to put respect on Nikon's name. I think people won't give props to Nikon because it's Nikon, especially like Sony users. Like Sony users is not going to give props to Nikon just because it's Nikon. But you got to think like that Z9. Okay, first of all, D850, hands down, one of the best DSLRs ever made.
Hands
Okay,
down.
like, let's not even act like it. D850 solid. They bring
I might need to go back to that. That might be my main running gun.
Z9 was a banger, came in at a stack less than most other flagship cameras, and they put everything in that. Then they turned around, brought out the Z8, which was basically the Z9 in a smaller form factor. And then now they bring out the ZR, which I haven't really looked, I haven't done a whole lot of research on that, so I don't know much about it. But I mean, it seems solid for what it is if you ain't on YouTube crying about all whatever. People really got to start putting some respect on Nikon's name. Like, especially when you think about the fact that at one point in time, we was talking about Nikon, like, are they going to make it? Like Nikon was on the verge of not making it, like not being here. And they came back from the dead and they like kicking ass and taking names. And I don't feel like they're getting the respect that they should be getting right now.
Put some respect. Look, we got Ryan Troy. I'm surprised you didn't mention Viltrox adapter. Well, Viltrox ain't paid me lately, so I can't. I'm just joking.
King Shield over here.
Boy,
I know, right?
I'm your greatest shield. If you pay me, hey, I'm like all the other shields. If you pay me, I ain't got nothing bad to say about you, baby.
Are you joking about that, or you feel like you serious about that? Like
man,
would you push a product heavy just because you got paid to push it?
Just because I got paid to push it. Would I push a product? I don't think I could. I don't think I could. Like it would have to be some utility in it, because prime example, I don't even have it right here, but company paid me to make a video on a memory card. You could store memory cards, but you also could use that same storage unit, plug it up to your computer, and transfer files. Worked perfectly with like SD cards, micro SDs. But as soon as I put a CF Express B in there and tried to transfer it from there onto like my computer, man, it froze up every time, overheated. And I think, man, I can't remember who it was, if it was SJ or Utah Life, but y'all was with me and it just kind of froze. And I was like, oh man.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah, I was actually gonna talk about that when you said you was gonna Would you just push a product that you didn't like? Because that happened in Iceland. We was in Iceland.
Oh yeah.
Freezing up on you, and I was like, we were trying to figure it out. Yeah, I kept on going back to the forth with the email and the company about it and stuff. They sent you out like another one, didn't they?
Yeah. They sent me another one, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I had to tell 'em, I was like, man, yeah, y'all paid me, but I gotta keep it real with y'all. I can't push this because this right here is freezing on me. And they started trying to talk about the electrical schematics and that. I'm like, no, they don't want to hear that. This need to work or it don't work. Like
Yeah.
you talking about, I just took some images and now I'm trying to transfer it, but now I'm risking this corrupting my files because it's just overheating and stopping in the middle of the transfer. Like, nah, there's no bueno. So yeah, now with all that being said, if you throw the right number, yeah, I'll push it. It's like no. I'm just joking. Whoever sees this right now, and whoever sees this in the future.
So, that brings an interesting question though. So for both of y'all, right? Because we all get companies reaching out wanting us to review products and things like that. Do you? So two-part question. And so Mid already kind of answered. SJ, you answered as well. So if a company sent you something and they was willing to pay you, and it really wasn't a product that you cared about or a product that you would use, or you get the product and it ain't really that good of a product, but they're paying you, would you push it anyway because they're paying you? That's the first part. The second part is, do you look at people negatively that would push a product simply because they're getting paid? They don't care about the product, don't do much research into the product, but they're getting paid, so they're going to push it. Do you look at them negatively?
I think.
Was that one? Hey, you want me to go on that one?
Yeah. Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah, I thought you would.
Well, I kind of answered. So.
Oh, okay, my fault then. Will I push something even though I don't like the product? I don't think so. Because even now, when companies reach out and if it's something that I don't use or anything in the photography, I just pretty much just turn it down. So I don't think necessarily it would change. If they will pay me to do the same exact thing, I don't think it necessarily will change. Now, as far as if somebody else was doing it, I can't count people's pockets. You know what I'm saying? They may need that bread for something. So I don't really can't count their situation on what they do, but it'll be kind of suspicious of keeping that trust factor with that channel or whoever's pushing it, knowing that product's a piece of crap.
Oh yeah, because somebody pushed some light stands that you bought and they folded on you, didn't they?
yeah. That's a good example, right? Yeah, they did fold it on that. What was it?
Yeah.
What was it? That was imaging, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good point, right? He bragged about them, and I went out and bought them, and then they folded on the motherfucker. So
yeah.
So to that SJ, where we at with YouTube right now? Like the state of YouTube. Do you really feel like you really can trust anybody that's pushing gear that's provided to them? Do you really feel like any of it is truthful? Like these days, does it feel more like it's just everything is I was about to say telecommercial. What did those used to be called? The shit that used to come on
Infomercial.
Infomercials.
Yeah, I mean, do you feel like YouTube, when it comes to gear, is basically infomercial for just about everybody?
Objection, Your Honor. Objection. That's a pointed question. Go ahead, SJ.
No, it pretty much is. You know what I'm saying? I'm a part of it, but I don't necessarily.
Oh, you're a part of it?
I'm definitely a part of it, but I don't necessarily give like.
Yeah, you just sold me a V100 yesterday.
I don't necessarily like typical. Just man, I just kind of broadcast it in the beginning and go about my typical shoots, but I don't necessarily do like sit downs and all that other stuff like normal people do. But definitely YouTube is definitely gear heavy as of right now. I remember when I first got onto it and was looking into learning how to do photography, it wasn't but now it's really gear heavy, and I guess that's fine as well because people got to make money, and if people going to pay them, then why not? So I can't really complain. I guess it's really up to the content creator to give a good balance between the of throwing out a bunch of gear content and also just throwing out practical gears and like real world uses of using the gear that you're selling to people. So I think that really at the end of the day, it's really up to the creator to give us that balance.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point because when you try to figure out how well, man, if you talk about the state of YouTube at this point, it's just all over the place, right? Like I've seen some of the most acknowledged creators not put out content for weeks now, and that's kind of circulating around views not being the same and all of that type of stuff. So I think what ends up happening is, if all else fails, you could rely on a gear video. Like, if something just about to drop, and when you play the game, and I think I've been doing YouTube for about 5 years now. Yeah, something like that. Maybe 6. And SJ, I don't know if you were longer than that. And Todd, I know you.
I'm longer.
Yeah. So how long were you doing it?
I think my channel was 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
2018, and then Tog Life.
Yeah.
I was like 2016, but then I took the 3 years off when I moved to LA, and so then I started back up 2018, I think, or 2019. But yeah, I think I initially started at 2016 though.
Okay. And so actually, man, that's actually a good point because I guess Tog, when you started, it was like this was like a video I wanted to do, and I was actually going to get a couple people that's like OG, you know what I'm saying, OG YouTubers to say like I missed the old YouTube type situation, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you were in that era. Tog Life when it was still kind of like the old YouTube space, which I can't speak too much on because I wasn't really in it at that point, but from what I hear, it has changed. You know what I mean?
I miss the old YouTube, and I think that's why it bothers me so much because when I started my YouTube, like the videos was just people putting out quality content, educational content, like just real content. You didn't have everybody doing productions, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like film studio production YouTube videos. At that point in time, it wasn't all that heavy on like sponsored content and things like that because companies wasn't really sending gear out all like that. So you really just got content that it just felt authentic. Whereas now YouTube, it's all about the production and it's all about making money, which I don't fault people for that. That's the part where it's, it's like I miss what YouTube was, but I don't fault people for making money. Cause at the end of the day, if there's money out there to be made, make the money. Like I'm never going to like knock that. But at the same time, like you can still be like, make your money, but still miss what YouTube used to be, and it'll never go back. I don't think it'll ever go back to how it was because it's at this point it's all about the money. So I don't think it'll ever go back to that. But there was a time where it's like, you put something in the search, and I mean, you got dozens and dozens of videos that was solid for what it was you was looking for, and it wasn't all gear heavy. It wasn't 30 seconds of actual content and 9 minutes of fluff. It wasn't all, buy my preset, buy this, buy that. It just was quality content. But where I'm at now, I'm like, but I get it. Like that content has a value. So should everybody be giving that content away for free? No, I don't think so, because there's value in that. And I do feel like to a degree, people got to put in the work to get the information that they need. It's nice if somebody want to take their time and give it to you for free, but we shouldn't have this sense of entitlement to where it's like everybody should just give us everything we need for free. If I ask you for something, you should just give it to me because I'm asking you for it and you know it. Oh, people's time and expertise has a value too. So I get it. But you know, it's just I still miss what it was though.
Oh man, yeah. And I think I was kind of in the middle of everything, trying to figure out how to play the game, you know. And the first thing that I think I learned was that if you play the gear game, it definitely worked. And I'll say that was back in 2020, where now I think it's kind of two pieces with it. One was the gear game, but then also I think it's a point of you got a lot of people that kind of start the race, but they give up, you know, in the beginning or middle of the road because they don't got the consistency factor. So one is, all right, look, I'm a keep creating content no matter what. So you just gonna have to get tired of me, or you're gonna have to say, you know what, I might not watch his stuff, but I gotta give it to him. You know what I'm saying? You talk about 5 or 6 years continuously making content. Either you can hate or you can say, all right, you know, and I think with that is a good point of saying like in that journey, no matter who you are, you'll have a community that will find you and you will find them, you know, to create the content. But yeah, I definitely was in the mix of trying to figure out how the things work. And honestly, I remember we was at Imogen and we had a conversation. And I don't know if you remember Tog Life, but we had a conversation with somebody and they were like, man, you know, I got a lot of subs, but
Yep.
essentially he was like, man, it's irrelevant. And at that moment, we like, nah, it's not irrelevant because you know, like you almost got like 1 million subs, and you know that was what 3 years ago at Imogen. And I'm at a point now where I'm like, you know, I would love to have 100,000 subs, right? But even at this point, I'm like, it ain't even about the subs no more. You know what I mean? Like for me, it's not about the subs because I have learned how to do things outside of the platform. You know what
Mhm.
I mean? Where it works with the community that I have, you know?
Yep.
So I think that's a good segue into uh content creation in general, uh what that looks like for us, um in terms of without perspective channels, because I think it's informative and can be translated to not even if you trying to do YouTube, but like if you got your Instagram, you're trying to grow on your Instagram, you creating content. Like a lot of people got forced, that was just photography, kind of got forced into, oh, now you need to know how to do reels. So
Mhm.
now you're doing this video work, because if you don't transition, then you it ain't gonna be no good. So what does that look like for y'all when y'all kind of started y'all content creation? Uh, is it still on the same path?
So for me, though,
Yeah, you gonna run with that SJ first?
is my content creation on the same path? Um, I would probably say yes. I think it's on the same path because I was doing reels on IG when when it first came out. Like I used to throw those things all the time, and I just really didn't see no traction. And now, kind of looking ahead now, kind of slapping my face like I just kind of like stopped or whatever. And now seeing how big reels got, it's just like I was kind of the first to really kind of do those things. I was just like really just putting out trailers to kind of funnel to my uh YouTube. So I guess I've always been in kind of both since, for a very long time at this point in time. So I think my path is pretty much set this time. I guess my biggest issue really is just time. Like sometimes I do want to like change up my content, but I just really don't have the time to sit down and do it, like and edit it and things of that nature. So it's like, like even like my last few videos, it's just like small things I'm doing in my videos, like what effects and things that I'm just trying to change up my video. Just my style of things, because I know I'm doing the same thing, and it really like again, it's because I just don't have time to like sit down and really change.
But you're trying to put something out, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to like put something out, but I'm also trying to like kind of change my template at the same time from my old template to a new template. But it just takes me like over a time. That's why like in many videos you'll start to see like new stuff popping up, because I'm just trying to like build that template. Because I just don't have time to like to sit down for like a couple hours, for a couple hour, half a day. I just
it does take a lot. Like for example, I'll say like man, I have constant conversations with everybody about the content direction and try to get new ideas of things trying to happen. But when I was in Ohio, you dropped that Iceland video. The first thing that stood out to me was the intro. You know what I mean? Like it was something totally different. It was something cinematic, if I will. but it definitely gave a different perspective, and it was captivating to the point where I'm like, oh shit, all right, hold on, what's going on right here? It's not just the same old situation that I think I'm going to run into. And then also, oh yeah, you in Iceland, which is a location that is unique to a lot of folks. And side plug, I got one spot left for Iceland if you're interested. But all information on tmed.com. but that's just like the thing of it, like having all of those pieces put together. That video, I was locked in. You know what I mean? Yeah. And we talk about it all the time, but YouTube kind of being a time capsule for us, especially me, man. I love going back to the old videos because a lot of my stuff be travel related, and so reliving those experiences is funny because a lot of it is not about the photography for me. That's to feed the community that I have developed. A lot of it is for the travel experience,
I'm on the second because ever since, I became friends with y'all guys and we've been doing all this traveling, I actually go back to a lot of your videos, definitely the ones I'll be on, and just like rewatch it because it just brings up those memories of, it gives me that same feeling like when I was there.
Yeah.
So like I actually really I watch more of our travel stuff more than anything when I want to go back and like look at stuff, and I'll probably do that at least, probably between once or 3 times a month, go back and look at some of my old videos.
Yeah. What about you, Tog? Because I know you had a midlife crisis where Tog was educational. Then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go cinema. And then I'm gonna go vlog style. Then he said, you know what? Hey, I'm back to education.
Man, I've always had a struggle with YouTube because I just don't think that I enjoy education. I don't think that I've ever enjoyed making the videos. I just kind of did it because it was like, okay, I got a YouTube channel. I remember when my channel got deleted and I had to fight to get it back. So at that point I was just like, all right, I got it. I might as well keep it. But to maintain the quality of like what I think a lot of YouTube viewers expects is just not something that I'm interested in. So, anybody that follows my channel, like you ain't never seeing a whole lot of B-roll. You ain't seeing a whole lot of cinematic. A lot of times it's just talking heads because I've never wanted to build the audience that comes to expect the cinematic and the B-roll, because I'm not going to provide that every time. I know that. Like I wouldn't even sit here and try to make it seem like I'm going to be able to maintain that. I'm not. So I don't even want the audience of people that follows me that is expecting that, because I'm going to let them down. Guaranteed.
10 times out of 10.
Yeah. So I always, even like when I have like them moments where I'm like, man, I kind of want to get a little spicy with this video, I won't, because I'm like, I don't even want to give my followers that taste.
You want to set the expectation.
Yeah, because I'm not going to stay with that. And I just don't really care about YouTube that much. Like I've never, I remember back 3-4 years ago when we all was having the conversation about analytics and all of that. I've never gotten into it because I just don't care enough. I'm kind of just like, I'm gonna create the videos that I want to make. Whoever watches those videos, they watch those videos. Whoever doesn't, they don't. Whoever enjoys the content, great. Whoever doesn't, that's cool too. Like I don't put a whole lot of weight on YouTube. So
yeah,
I'll have my moments where I'm like, I'm heavy, I'm consistent. Like I think October, I put out like 7-8 videos. Then November, I put out like 2, I think. This month, I think I put out 2. Like I was talking to Mid. I was going to do Vlogmas. I think, was I talking about that it was when I was in Columbus for Thanksgiving. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, bro, I'm amped up. I'm going to do Vlogmas. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And then, bro, the minute I got home, I sent you a voice message and I'm like, bro, I don't even think it's going to happen. And it didn't, as you can see, like I haven't posted since, I think my last video was like 11 days ago. So,
yeah, that dedication, man, that dedication. Yeah. I remember I did Vlogmas probably like 4 years ago, and man, it was a lot of work. So yeah, when you said that, I was like, yeah, I'm not going to partake in that one.
Yeah, and I think the reality is like if I worked a 9 to 5, if I had a 9 to 5, I would post more consistently to YouTube. I would probably put more effort into my YouTube videos because it's kind of like being an entrepreneur. I'm always like, okay, if I'm spending an hour doing something, do I want to spend an hour making a YouTube video or do I want to spend an hour sending emails or marketing or doing research or doing this? Like, I'm always like, I should be investing that time into my business.
Right.
It's hard for me to be like, let me devote a whole day to make this fancy YouTube video to make a couple dollars off of it.
Right.
That's what I always struggle with. So it's like, if I worked a 9 to 5, I think I wouldn't mind doing that. Cause I'd be like, okay, cool. I do my 9 to 5. I come home. I'm not doing nothing. Let me just spend all that time making videos. But that's just not the reality for me. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I don't want to just abandon my channel because I've had it for so long. But at the same time, it's like, I'll drop videos when I drop videos. And I know that don't work well for the algorithm. It doesn't really work well for the audience. It obviously doesn't work well for the views, but those just aren't things that I really care about. Like, I don't care about those things enough to be like, well, let me post consistently to YouTube. I just don't care. Like, I'll post whenever I post, and whatever it does is what it does. And I'm 100% okay with that.
Now, I think, so Ryan said Vlogmas will mess your channel up. And this kind of segues into a different portion of identifying your community and content creation that I wanted to talk about, because to your point, it gotta kind of be some type of incentive, right? It gotta be some type of incentive for you to say, all right, I'm gonna put this much time into YouTube, right? So I think for me, even with the 9 to 5, I have been able to find that incentive outside of YouTube. And for me, it's really with like the content trips. You know what I mean? Like kind of gradually building up, like back in 2022, started with like Houston, kind of testing the waters. And then just going, man, I think from right there, that kind of set the tone. To me, going Atlanta, Las Vegas, North Carolina, we just did New York this year. And, and every time it's always people coming out, showing love. And 2025 was the first year that I was like, all right, let me try to take it a step further. And let's do an extended multiple day situation for Puerto Rico, because you build up this audience but now we want it to be a situation, and uh you see how you can monetize things, but also have an experience. And so, man, 2024, SJ and I went to Puerto Rico, and we kind of did all the walkthroughs and everything. And man, it was fire. It was
Just
fire. You know
FYI,
what I mean? It was
I still
fire.
regret not coming on that trip. I remember that was like the first time that I had FOMO that I could think of ever having FOMO. Like I don't think I've ever had FOMO before that trip. That trip, I
Oh
was
yeah,
pissed. When
yeah,
y'all
yeah,
went
yeah.
live, I was sitting at the house mad as hell. Like, man, I don't even remember why I didn't go, but I was like, man, I should have went. I should have went.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was exhausting too. That day, and it was exhausting also.
Although
Yeah.
I don't think it would have worked out too well with old girl though. I think I would have
Oh yeah, yeah,
that
yeah,
would have
yeah,
been
yeah,
some fireworks. So I think it was God's divine intervention that I wasn't there.
yeah. Because SJ was pissed, boy. He was like, but you know, that's the thing where it's not funny in that moment. Well, when you can go back to it now, you can laugh at it, but in that moment, it was not funny at all. But we was able to take that trip, 2024, and this is when I'm setting the tone. I'm like, all right, y'all, I think I want to push it another level. I want to do like multiple days. And so I'm like, all right, let's go to Puerto Rico, figure it out, get all the logistics and things like that, and found the spots and everything. So then time flies because a few months later, me and SJ go to Iceland. I think you might have had FOMO on that one too, Tog Life.
Believe it or not, I ain't have as much FOMO on that one as I did Puerto Rico. For some reason, that Puerto Rico trip, y'all was doing some photo shit, and I was just like, I don't know. I ain't really trip off the Iceland one too much.
Yeah. So, but that for me was setting the tone on like, all right, I'm gonna do these content trips. And so 2025 was the first content trip, and man, that right there was amazing. It was a great time, like between the house, the logistics. It's a lot of work that goes into it. But so much so that I was just gonna do Puerto Rico one time and call it a day. But everybody was like, man, you gonna do Puerto Rico again? You gonna do Puerto Rico again? I'm like, all right, let me kind of gauge the interest. Did it again. We got new faces, new people. And so, it goes to show like people love a good time, and it's good because I see that people love to travel as well, so we share some of the same interests, you know what I mean? But where I was going with that was the same thing with Iceland, put out the Iceland, and everything just kind of aligned. So I'm looking forward to that too. But with the Vlogmas messing up the channel, we got content. It's kind of like, playing with the algorithm. You got your content that needs to align with the algorithm. Otherwise, it doesn't work, And for me, a good example is like, man, if I use off-camera flash in my video, man, it works. But if I put like continuous lights,
Yeah.
it does not work. You know what I mean? So one of the biggest things that I think with the content going right now, actually, I think this was 2 years ago, and I actually just experienced it. Probably 3 weeks ago. It was a wave of swimwear content. The swim week runway shows and Art Basel in Miami. So I started to see content shift from photographers to photo shoot stuff to runway model type stuff. What do you all think about that from a content perspective?
Yeah, I think it's risky, um, because so like let's say you do photo shoot, like that's your content, which I think that's kind of like the best case scenario if you transition, because at least it's somewhat similar, especially like if you do more like swimwear boudoir in your photo shoots. But all it takes is like one video to go viral, and then you get 10, 15, 20,000 subs off of it. But then the problem is those people are subbing off of that particular content, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we've talked about it before, how hard it is to get people to sub to your channel. Like, people just don't be loosey goosey with the subs. They like, nah, like, I watch your shit for 5 years, but I won't sub to you. So you
Right,
tap into
right.
something like swimwear or any niche market like that, and you got a video that goes viral and you get a bunch of subs off of that. They're expecting that content. You know what I'm saying? So if you're putting out
Right.
swimwear content and then they sub to that, but now you do a photo shoot, some of them, they might be cool with that. There's going to be other people that are like, no, I just run swimwear. You know what I'm saying? So if your
Yeah.
goal is to I just want numbers, right? Because we see this on Instagram too. Like, I just want numbers. Like, that's all I care about. I
Right.
only care about the number. I just want to have this number of subscribers. I want to have this number of followers. We're cool. Do your swimwear, do your gear videos, do the things that get you those numbers, and you good. But if your goal is to transition those people to like what you're doing, right? You're doing these content trips. You're
Mhm.
not getting those people with these content trips that just sub to you because they wanted to see swimwear. That doesn't
Right.
always correlate to, let me spend my money with you outside of this platform. So it's like, what's your overall goal? Like, you just trying to have numbers, or you trying to build a community that's going to spend money with you outside of YouTube or outside of Instagram? Those are two different goals, and it's like, a lot of times they don't go hand in hand. Like, it's
Mhm.
tough to have content that gets the numbers and gets people spending the money outside the platform. So that's the thing that's risky about it, where it's just like, if your goal is to build community, it's risky to go with the things that are trending, because you're going to get people that they don't care about you as a creator. They don't care
Mhm.
about you as a photographer. They care about swim. They care about seeing that.
Right.
That's it. And whether it was you that was putting that out, or this person, they're going to enjoy it the same, because that's all they care about. So if that's all you
Mhm.
care about, cool. But if you want community, I think you gotta be a little bit more careful with that, I think.
Yeah. What you think, SJ?
No, I totally agree. I don't really need to add anything onto that. And besides, like, if you are going to do that, I just think you just need to do a good mixture, like Talk said, because you are running a risk if you're just going to go strictly that just trying to get the numbers, but you're really trying to build I guess, organic following as well. So, I just kind of agree with Talk. You really really got to be careful with that, and just kind of play your hands right. And I wouldn't say, like, I don't know, if you're doing like photo shoots and then you want to do the swimwear shit. I don't think, like, give me like 2 or 3 months of just strictly swimwear on your channel. I don't think that's going to be good for it. But I guess it just really kind of depends on what the creator wants out of it, like Talk says.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the most uh I think most people probably are trying to get the number right, because I think initially we are excited to get the views and then get the subs, right? But I think that's kind of a race a race type of mindset, like short lived type of mindset. If you think big picture, I think a lot of people don't think big picture, because at the end of the day, first you start this journey for a reason, right? All right. And if it is money, then um you got a couple different ways that you could look at it. But to Tog Life point, if you think big picture, then you looking at, all right, I got this audience that I'm getting, but they are not concerned with anything I'm trying to do that deals with a content trip, right? They like, all right, that's all good, but when the next swimwear coming out? And I think that's the big point. Like SJ, of you saying, having an organic community, because I've seen a few where you might purchase subscribers, purchase likes, and it's like at the end of the day that doesn't help you at all because the number look good, but it's nothing real about it. So, if you wanted to have an organic following, that's not organic right there either. But I think long term, if you want to play the game, you got to know how to play the game right. And so what I mean by that is, all right, if you do, if the ball fall in your court, take it and run with it. And what I mean by that is, all right, you was doing photo shoot stuff first. Boom, you drop some swimwear stuff, it goes viral. All right. Me personally, now my channel is a swimwear channel, and I'm starting another channel that's strictly with photo shoots, right? I've seen a few channels that went viral on different stuff. And it might have been a particular niche, but every time they drop a video on that, it does numbers. But they still try to incorporate what they were already doing, and it always flops. So from an analytical perspective, I need to know that, all right, my channel and everybody that's subscribed is no longer worried about the vlogs that I'm doing. They are worried about only my car content. So now this channel is all about car content, and I need to create another channel that's about vlogs, because no matter what the numbers look like, if I got 50,000 subs on this channel where people like cars, and just because I got the 50K and I put a vlog on there, it doesn't matter. People not going to watch it. So
Right.
you getting 3 views, on that channel. You might as well start a new channel and get your 3 views.
Right. Well, and here's the thing that I think people got to realize is that, the algorithm is different in 2025 that it was in 2015. And what I mean by that is they put so much into the algorithm. And I mean, the algorithm in and of itself is a business model for like these companies, right? So,
Right.
Let's say you were doing photo stuff, you transition to swimwear, you get a lot of views on your videos. Now you want to go back to the photo stuff. The algorithm has saw that your swimwear videos was hitting. So now that's what it thinks, okay, this is who we're going to put these videos in front of, because, obviously YouTube want to put your video in front of people that's going to watch it because they're going to get money from that. So now they're putting your video in front of people that want swimwear stuff. So now they put this photo shoot in front of those folks and your views tank. Now, as a creator, you might not care too much about that. You might say, not a big deal. But going back to the algorithm being what it is now, YouTube is looking at that as, oh, this channel is putting out content that nobody wants. Don't push that content. So you end up shooting yourself in the foot even more so, because now YouTube is looking at the stuff you're putting out and is saying, hey, nobody cares about this. Well, YouTube isn't pushing stuff that nobody cares about. Instagram isn't pushing stuff that nobody cares about. Like I saw a reel on Instagram a few months ago where the head guy, I can't remember what his name is. I always call him Maserati, but I don't know how you say his last name. But someone had asked him a question and they said, if you take a break from Instagram, does that affect your reach? Does that impact the algorithm? And he flat out said yes. Like if you take a break from Instagram and you stop posting, when you come back, like, yes, your reach is not going to be what it was before you stop posting.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's the power of the algorithm, that if you take 2 months off from posting, you come back and Instagram is like, well, we're not pushing your stuff. Like you took like so that's the power of it. So like if you have like a bigger picture of what you're trying to do, that's where you really have to be strategic. Again, if like you're just posting stuff and it's just about the number, you can do whatever you want to do whatever you got to do to get the number. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I don't look negatively at anybody that chases a trend or goes and creates content that is going to get views. Like that's cool if all you care about is the numbers. But it's like, let's say you're trying to sell courses
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to benefit you much to have an audience of people that want to see swimwear. They're not going to buy your
Right.
course because they're not photographers, they're not videographers, they're not cinematographers. So like if your goal is I want to push these courses, or I want to push these presets, or I want to push my coaching, it doesn't help you to have 50,000 followers that care about Swim Week.
Right.
So you
Right.
just got to know like what your end goal is. And it's like, do stuff that's going to be conducive to that. Don't worry about the numbers and the views. Do things that's going to help people actually spend money with you and buy the stuff that you're trying to sell.
Yeah, I think that's exactly right. And I went to Miami swim week. This ain't swim week. This was Art Basel, but they have pretty much swimwear. This was probably like 3 weeks ago. And so I was in a supporting role, getting some content. Had the Miami photo walk out there, and I was trying to see like how this could be beneficial. One of the models that I was with was at the photo walk, and she was actually walking in some shows. So she asked me if I could get some video and photos for her. Other than that, I never have intentions on doing like runway shows or anything like that, because that's not really my interest. So for her, I'm getting video and photos, right? And so I tried to see what the good that could come out of it, and I think I was able to pull the good out of it. And essentially what it was the fact that after all of the models walked, I got photos for one particular person, and then next thing you know, all of the other models want photos and videos or whatnot. And so from a networking perspective, I feel like it can work 1,000%. 1,000%, whether it gives you like in my case access to other models, and you kind of have that initial meet and greet. So I was able to do like photo shoots outside of the event where potentially they could have still happened, but I think since you have that first introduction, it makes it a little bit easier for them to, say, oh yeah, let's do the shoot and this, that, and the third. And then also for events that I have, like whether it's the content trips or other photo walks, it gives me access to models that might be located in other places and models that might be interested in joining the content trips.
Yeah, the networking is big. Yeah, you definitely get man, it's so easy to network. And it's like, if you want to build up your Rolodex of models that you can reach out to shoot with and things like that, like shooting fashion shows, shooting swim week, like the networking is crazy.
So that well, we got an hour mark. So I ain't gonna keep everybody here too. Hopefully everybody off tomorrow. But I do got one. We're gonna do an official video because we got Imaging USA coming up. But I wanna tap a Tony Captures. I appreciate that. I ain't got one of those in a long time. I guess I don't see. Speaking about content, I guess I don't bust it open enough for y'all these days, huh? I'm a refined gentleman on my channel now, huh? Y'all don't show me no love. Hey, you know what? Matter of fact, hey, I did. My last live stream actually. She was wild. She was ready to go. So that was a lot in one situation where YouTube had to review that one because she had a lot going on. but no, on a serious note, that is kind of why, like me and Ike was talking, and he was saying how he got strikes, and I was like, yeah, he playing that game. For me, what I've noticed is like, and this is like real life. as far as who you appeal to, who you appeal to, and your content can appeal to different companies. And for your content, certain companies might not mess with you. Um, and so that goes into sponsorships I'm able to acquire. Um, and if your content isn't the right content, you know, it might kind of blackball you out of certain lanes. I'll say one company in particular was Tamron, and this struck me because they were sending me a lens, and they specifically told me that yeah, we're gonna send you this lens to review, but please don't do anything risky. Please don't have we don't want the content to be sexual in nature. And I was like, dang. Like they were pretty blunt about it. And it just made me think, like, over time, of like, man, I wonder how many other companies are looking at the content like that, and how many sponsorships am I kind of knocking myself out the box with by having that content? Because also I think about when I might post it in Facebook groups, and how many people are like, oh man, another half naked woman. You know what I mean? Like it's the same old versus having people that enjoy the photography because, even to this day, bro, I post stuff in the Facebook groups, and sometimes I just got a comment that said, no, this can't be T Mid work. She's not half naked. Yeah, I'm getting comments like this. And I got another comment like, oh my gosh, she has clothes on. And I'm like, yo, like, at least for the last year or two, my stuff has been pretty decent, but you start off with that content and they don't forget you, boy. I tell you that.
Yeah. So when you say that, it makes me think of I'm sure everybody in the chat knows Volandis. It makes me think of him because I remember when I first found his channel, and I stumbled across his channel years ago. Like I don't really watch YouTube much at all these days, but I remember when I came across his content, I was just like, man, he's taking some risks with this type, showing all the hood shit and stuff like that. I was like, man, like nobody on YouTube was really pushing that type of content. But at the same time, I'm like, man, I can appreciate this because this is life. And that was essentially what he said. Like, I post this type of content because this is my day-to-day life. So I was like, I can appreciate that. And I also appreciated that he just stuck with that. Like he had videos where he was like, yeah, there was companies that was like, they wanted to work with me, but they didn't want me to post this type of content. And I was just like, well, if I can't post this type of content, then I'm a pass on you. Because this is me. This is who I am. This is the content that I put out. This is my channel. And so like that all just goes back to, it's just like, what's your goal? Like if your goal is to stay authentic to who you are, and it's like, I'll work with the people that want to work with me based off of the content that I'm putting out.
Right.
Cool. You're going to have a lot of people that will segue, clean up, change for that business aspect, that sponsorship. And I don't think either path is wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because as individuals, we grow. Like if you think about the type of stuff you used to do when you was a teenager, and then
I'm still about that. What you mean? I'm on the block every day, cuz. I'm on the block every day, cuz. Hey, I got a 40 on me right now. Like, waiting for it. Hey, what?
You know what I'm saying? So like as individuals, we grow. As content creators, you grow. And when your YouTube becomes more of a business than just content creation, you move that way. Now, that's not to say that everybody, you got to get squeaky clean with your content, because maybe you like, nah, this is the type of content that I'm going to do. And there's going to be people out there that'll, companies that'll rock with me with what I do. That's totally fine. But yeah, sometimes when you transition and seeing it more as a business, you got to start thinking like a business. And it's like,
Right.
if you go into work, you go and dress a certain kind of way when you go to work. When you go to an interview,
Right.
you dress a certain kind of way to go to an interview. There's some people that will be like, I'm going in there with jeans and a jersey and a hat on backwards. And if they don't like me, then F them.
Right.
Most people going to be like, that's not conducive to me getting this job. So I should probably, tighten up a little bit, dress accordingly. So, depending upon, again, like what your goal is, sometimes, you have to pivot and make them transitions just because that's what makes sense. And you want to make sure that you giving yourself as many opportunities as you can to make that money outside the platform.
1000%. And I'm gonna say, to your point, I remember we was having a conversation. You might not remember this. I think we was all live. It probably was about 3 or 4 years ago, and we was talking about YouTube as a business. And I was like, in that moment, I was like, man, YouTube ain't no business for me. Like, I'm just having fun. Like, that's all I'm doing. I'm having fun. I'm creating content. I'm doing what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And now I fast forward a few years later, and it's definitely transitioned to a business.
Yeah.
So I try to be smart with, how I do things on a channel. I won't say it's extremely squeaky clean, but if you go back to 2020 and you compare the two, you'll definitely notice a transition. I got a few more buttons tied up, and things like that, because what I've seen was, just to be transparent, over the years, to see like what I could do. Right. I look for 2025 outside of YouTube, from YouTube, like content trips, things like that, not including the stuff that I made with YouTube and sponsorships. I don't even know how much I made with sponsorships or like my ad stuff, but I made 50,000 in 2025. So that went to show me right there where, like, dang, all right, if I can make 50 outside of the platform, plus whatever I made on the sponsorships, like it's definitely money in it, and the way you carry yourself has to reflect, and so now I'm looking and trying to make sure I have that audience where, like, if I'm putting a content trip out there, like, they know that I'm going to deliver, and it's not going to be something crazy and ratchet and all of that, because I've seen some trips where they got content trips and models don't show up, or you got situations where the trip's supposed to be 7 days, and then they miraculously cut it to 4 days, or you got all of these different things where it's like shady business, you know what I mean? Or you got your producer always dancing in your content trip. You know what I mean? Hey, if you don't want your producer always dancing in your video, you need to come over here to T-Mid. That's all I'm gonna say about that. All right. If you will go on a content trip and you don't want the host of the content trip taking all the shots, hey man, you leaving with more content than me, and I done paid to be at the content trip. If you don't want that experience, man, come over here to T-Mid, Death Row Records. All right, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, that's big facts though. That's big facts. And I mean, at the end of the day, there's a market for everybody, you know what I'm saying? So even all the stuff that I'm saying, like, if your target audience, your target market is people that want ratchet shit, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of people out there that's following the Cardi B's and the Megan Thee Stallions and the Lottos, you know what I'm saying? Because they like that ratchet style of music, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, there's a market. So if that's the type of people you want coming to your event, or if you know that that's like the level of what you want to create, cool. Like, that's for you. But it's like, okay, if you want to tap into the professionals, okay, then you got to keep like your Cardi B audience ain't going to be the one that's going to draw in your Fortune 500 employees. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like, so
right,
you
right.
gotta
Which is
look at
exactly
who
what
you
I'm
trying to
saying.
pull in and be like, okay, what type of content do they want to digest? Am I cool with that? You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody out, we don't want to be out here trying to sell our souls. So it's like, what kind of content do they want? If I'm cool with it, then that's the type of content that I'm gonna put out there, because that's the people that I want to spend their money to come to my stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the end of the day, whoever you want to show up, whatever market you catering to, like, cool, put the content out that's gonna bring that market in.
Hey, you against dancers, T Mid? Hey man, I know if you got dancers as models, it's similar to OF models. You know what I'm saying? You already know what you're getting right there, which is no knock to them, because the people know what they sign up for. You know what I mean? But what I realized in my business model, is that it doesn't translate for me. Like if I got a whole lot of nude content, and I try to come back to the table, like, all right, how can I chop this up? How can I make a sponsor video with this? Oh, wait, I really almost can't, because if it's showing too much and I make a video and put it on YouTube, YouTube has a degree in blocking content. Okay. If it does not meet their guidelines, they will make sure nobody sees it. So you got to play that game to where the content is clean. You know what I mean? Like if I got a new gear video, the gear is gonna make it hit by itself. So I don't need the woman to be half nude to make it pop. You know what I mean? Like you got to kind of play that game. What's that? We got producers as dancers. Yeah, hey man, I'm against it. And in this analogy, the producers are the content host. You know what I mean? Like if I'm hosting, if I'm hosting a content trip or whatever the case may be, like me personally, I'm kind of swaying back to get to know the people, laugh and joke, coordinate things, and make sure that they get the content. Like it's not about me at that point. I shouldn't be walking away with more content than everybody that paid to be at the content trip. All right. So I shouldn't be bopping up in the scene like this. Like, hey. Yeah. you got to put the people first, And
I'm a back you 1,000% on that. And I mean, to me, it's just logical, right? Like at no point, I feel like at no point, if you're hosting something and people have paid to come to this content trip, at no point should there be people that paid to come to the trip can't shoot with a model because you, the host, are shooting with the model. I'm gonna stand on that 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a completely different thing if everybody done shot, ain't nobody trying to shoot with her, so you getting your shots. It's a completely different thing if everybody that's there is like, hey, T-Mid, like we want to see what you can do with this model. You know what I'm saying? Do a shoot with this model. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. But if you literally got people that paid to come to your event and they can't shoot with a model because you over here shooting with the model, at no point do I think that's okay.
1,000%. What about you, SJ?
No, I agree with that. That's 100. You should be definitely, as the host, you should definitely go back. I know the one time I did my walk, it's the same way, man. It's just like you get there to know the people and the people that come to support you. So like shooting is the last thing on my mind. It's just like, getting to know the people that came out to support you.
Definitely. That's always my mindset. So I'm always scrounging for stuff. Like Puerto Rico. This last time, even though I lost my footage, I did not have one true video. You know what I mean? Other than a vlog of capturing everything, I didn't have any segmented like, all right, this is this video, this is this video, because it was all about the people, you know what I mean? And being able to, get to know the people that came out, show love to those who show love to me. Because, at the end of the day, this is a big deal. You're not talking about, oh, this costs $100, $200. You know what I mean? You're talking about you spending a couple $1,000s. So, first I want to make sure the content is there, but also, you got to set the precedent that, like, I definitely say I appreciate everybody that support anything that I do, that come out to the content trips, that come out to the photo walks, because ultimately I'll say some events people probably come for the models, and that may be if they are half nude or fully nude. I think more so for my stuff, it's not really marketed like that. So in my case, I'll say more so of people coming because, oh, this is T Mid event, and so they are supporting T Mid, you know what I mean? And so 1000%, I appreciate y'all.
SJ, when you doing another photo walk? When was your last walk, and when you doing another one, brother?
Never. I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
That's just too much work. Like it's really is nerve wracking, because I know, like, I put mine on like right after COVID, because when I first got into it, I had it during COVID, and now think about it, that videographer still owed me my $100 down payment too. But anyway, I had it going on during COVID. Didn't know COVID happened, so I pushed on to the next year. And the biggest thing about, like, just putting on your first one's, like, just people showing up, man. It's like, that was like nerve wracking for me. And like, even if like 2 people showed up, like, I was going to be grateful for it. And for my first one, I think I end up, I don't know, I think like 15 to 20 people end up coming out, to mine or whatever. And we all had a good time. And I was very, very grateful for that, because it's just like, yo, man, because you got to do a lot of marketing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's like one of the biggest things right there. And then after that, it's like Mid says, like, you got to have certain models there. So you got to, hire some models or whatever the case, or try to get somebody to be there concrete. So at least if somebody come, they will have, some good content they can't get otherwise. So it was definitely nerve wracking. I don't think I'll never do another one. I ain't gonna say never, but
yeah, you sound like Todd Life.
Yeah. See, listen, I feel like I've been in the background of enough of mids that I don't think I would ever do it, because the thing that people don't realize is that every single event that Mid throws, there's always some bullshit that's happening behind the scenes. Every single time there be some bullshit that he has to deal with, and I'm just like, I'm so cool on that, because like Mid is so just, he just a calm dude. Like, he'll message me about something and I'm pissed and he ain't even mad. You know what I'm saying? He just like, yeah, it's just how it is, Tog. And I'm pissed because I'm just like, that's some bullshit. Like, why would she do, she all, whatever. So I'm getting all worked up. And he just like, yeah, that's just the way it go. And I could just be like, yeah, like, I just wouldn't be able to deal with that, because the shit that he has to deal with, it ain't like it's something happened and it's like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I could understand. No, it's the typical bullshit that we get from models where it's just like, just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't come with the excuses. We done heard them all. Like, all this stuff that you coming with, we done heard it. You not responding. We know you saw it. Like, you on your phone is in your hand all day, every day. Like, we know you saw it. Like, why is it taking you 2 days to respond? Why was you cool? Why did he say, like, you sure? Like, okay, I'm about to put you out on this flyer. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Right. And then all of a sudden, crickets. And you end up not even coming to the joint, can't even respond to a message like, hey, what's up? Like, just trying to figure out, like, you still doing it. And these are models that's getting paid. We're not talking about models that's doing this on a collab basis. This is models that's getting paid, and you still deal with these models that be on the bullshit. I'm cool on that, man. I'm cool on that. Like, that's Mid's thing, man. I'm like, you good at it. Like, you keep doing it, man. I'm gonna just be over here and do what I like doing, just doing my video stuff. Like, that's all I want to do. I don't care about none of the rest.
It's stressful with him when he got like so many people like paying for his his walks and stuff. Like, Mine was completely free when it was still like kind of stressful. Like
Oh yeah. That add another layer. We got when people paying, it's like, hey, you got to deliver. I don't care if a model just dropped out. You got to fill that spot. You know what I mean?
Right.
We got T-Mid. You know what? It's funny you mentioned that, because at my Vegas photo walks, I used to get tight because my customers was getting all of the fire shots with the models, and I had to be a good host. Hey, that's facts, because man, at the content house, I was actually looking at a couple things when we was in Puerto Rico. Everybody is getting content, right? I'm scrounging to try to get whatever I can from a video perspective. So I come back to the villa, and one of my supporters, Derek, shout out to Derek, man. Definitely be showing love. And I got a few people that be showing love to all my events, man. We got Eric, Les, they be coming through. I appreciate y'all if y'all listen to this on the back end. But
John gotta throw John in there.
John, man, you know what I'm saying? So Derek, we went out and did this tennis photo shoot because one of the models, Thasi, had told me that she wanted to do a tennis photo shoot in Puerto Rico. So we find the spot, we go do it. Some of the models and photographers stay at the villa, and then the others go with us. So I come back, and Derek flipping through his camera, like, yeah, hey man, look what I got. So he's scrolling through, and I'm like, damn, hold on. I'm like, oh man, I'm pissed, because I'm like, man, he got some fire. You know what I'm saying? So and I think he took this with the Sony A7V III and the Westcott FJ800.
Yeah.
And so he just had man, just banger after banger. And I'm like, man, I missed out on this. And that was kind of a point of where I was like, man, I gotta realize that you know, I gotta pretty much take that I can't get all the shots. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me. It's that they got the content that they came for, and I'm glad that they were able to. But you could just imagine, like, so much content like that he was able to get. And one thing that's unique about the way that he shoot a lot of landscapes like this. Like a lot of his photos are landscape orientation, which I think is cool and different, because, you know, we might mainly be in portrait mode. Let's see, we got T-Mid, the video I've seen from your walks, are you capturing the experience from the event? You're not all up in the videos getting the shots. Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, man, because I've seen different perspective where, like, you know, hosts might take a particular model away from the entire group, and so now you don't have access to that model. You know what I mean? And for me, it's definitely everybody else go. You know, get the content, get the model you want, get the shots that you want, and then, you know, if I can get something, the content trips though, I'm not able to get no full type of video or anything like that. Most of the time, it's not like that, especially this last Puerto Rico one. You said, say what?
That's why we get them on the scouting.
Yeah. You just try to get them on a scouting trip, like the beforehand, especially like this Puerto Rico. It was so fun, but it was so chaotic also, because I mean, it was part of the experience. Like, man, we had flooding that we was dealing with. But I think it all makes it a part of the experience. We traveling to these different places. We got early mornings, long nights.
Yeah,
So
driving, just yeah. I mean, it's just it'd be a lot. It'd be a lot. Yeah, I don't know that we really enjoy it too much. I mean, we enjoy it, but I mean, there definitely be a lot going on. But I mean, you be in the mix of things. I know when I record the video when I'm at them, I don't. And I don't know, maybe I should ask you if you want to be in it more. Like I don't put you in it as much because I always just figure, you just want to see the interactions of the people that's at the event and not so much yourself. Like I know for me, I'm like, if somebody was recording for me, I'm like, well, don't focus on me. Like I
oh
want to be
yeah,
able to look back and see what the people was doing. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So I know
But
I don't put you in it as much, but
if I'm dancing all up in it, you know what I'm saying? Take that. Hey, international known on the microphone. Hey.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good part of having like both sides, because I think where it comes in good is if like you catch me with the interaction piece, like maybe I might be showing somebody something or teaching somebody something, and I think that's a good aspect for people to know that not only are you out here getting content with models, but you also gonna be able to take a nugget or two back with you from something you might have learned, or I might be out there holding the light for you and assisting you with, getting some good lighting, or, we might be going back to the villa and I'm just out there chilling, and I might be showing you like my editing workflow and like how you can, better edit your photos, and more so from a perspective. I don't throw my perspective on people. You know what I mean? Like, but if you ask me like, hey, how you do this? Or man, you mind showing me like how you edit? I'm all for it, because I'm not one to be like, this is how you do it. This is the only way. Or, you got people that host events and it's like, no, man. Hey, look, the only way for you to do off camera flash is like this. All right. I think I'm going to take this time to educate. All right. I think I'm going to take this time to educate, because, so you got different perspectives like that, or you got people that only do things one way. And I've had people tell me, I had a photo walk in Atlanta, and one of the people that came, they were like, man, T-Miz, you cool. They was like, I could never go to this person photo walk because they too egotistical. And they was like, they too opinionated. So it's cool to watch them from a distance on YouTube and things like that, but I could never like be with them in person.
Yeah. And I mean, now, not to your point, but going, because I saw RBJ's comment in there. A lot of these locations we be at, man, as much as I'll be wanting to film everybody, when I do my filming, people be all over the place. Like I be thinking, like when we was at that Black Sand Beach, like, bro, there was people that was at the main spot. There was people that was all the way down. I mean, there be people everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm trying to capture everything as a whole. So it's like, man, I'm like, okay, I got 5 minutes with this person. Okay, they shooting. I got somebody over here. Let me go capture them. Let me go capture them. So there just be so much going on, and people just be so spread out that it's just like, man, I just be one guy, because SJ ain't rocking. He don't show up. He's supposed to be my support.
Hey, let's call him out, man. Hey, SJ, you do not want SJ to work for your Fortune 500 company. That boy gonna call out oil the day of.
That goes to all events.
I ain't gonna put him on blast, but he just called out on something. I ain't gonna say what it is, man. It ain't anywhere close. I'm gonna just say that he already done called out. I can't make it, man. I ain't gonna be able to make it, fellas. I was like, all right.
All scouting.
Yeah, hey, this is actually it's actually a running joke, y'all, because I think this is actually the first time Tog Life and SJ have seen each other in 2 years.
Right, right. It's been a minute. Like all the trips that I'm at, SJ not there. All the trips that SJ at, I'm not there. I mean, SJ, it's been like a year and a half, 2 years since we've been face to face, bro.
I think WPPI was the last one.
2 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. 2 years ago.
Yeah, WPPI 2 years. Yeah. And meanwhile, I just seen SJ probably like two months ago in the Tog Life, like right there before that. So I'm like the mediator. Like, hey, they haven't seen each other, but I've seen each person. Let's see. We got T Mid. Can you shed a little light on using those APS-C Viltrox lenses on cameras like the Z6 III and still getting good results with such low megapixels? Man, that's a good question. And I feel like, we got the right person on the line, just to segue just a little bit, because, somebody really gets up in arms when you talk about APS-C and this 75 is really a 112 because crop factor. So you gotta be very, very particular, or else Tog Life might drop a video about me tonight. I
don't got no problem with APS-C. I don't got no problem. I don't got no problem.
No, but you gotta make sure that you articulate it correctly, because there wouldn't be any of this focal length stuff if people realize that it's only relative to the 35 millimeter sensor that's being compared to. Okay,
it's true. It's true. I'm like, I don't got no problem with AP. Yeah, it's true though. It's true.
Yeah, but no. In that
pictures is the ZX3. Because he's saying low megapixels, like
I'm in the Z6 III. Yeah, it's around like 24, 25. So like when I use,
to me that's somebody would consider that low megapixels, because
when the resolution, like because you put the APS-C on SC on there.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So
what's that drop it down to?
You get about 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's be about 10 or so.
Yeah. So that bad boy, but man, I was using 12 megapixels, so I was still getting bangers, like bangers. And I did that on a few shoots. But generally I try to use the Z7 II and then put the crop lens on there. But I ain't gonna lie, this Viltrox 75 millimeter I've been using, that's like my baby Sigma 105 killer right there. Cause this man, I'm talking about bangers. Now, of course, we got the model, right? That's gonna always help the situation. I don't know if y'all can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
But in this particular case, I had in this particular case, I had the Z7 II. But with the 75, man, that's my go-to, because it's not big like the Sigma 105, but the results that I get from that bad boy, oh my God, it's unmatched. And so I know SJ liked the Sigma 105.
Yeah, I'm a big 105 guy.
Yeah. But I'm telling you that you probably wouldn't be upset with the results that you can get from this Viltrox.
Yeah, I seen that lens when it first came out like years ago when I was looking at it, but when it said it was a crop sensor lens, I was like, I just kind of turned me off from there.
Yeah, but same thing. But then when I realized,
so pause. So tap in. What turned you off?
Well, there was a crop.
Yeah, like what was the problem with that? Like why was you like, nah, I'm cool?
This the
I was
75, by the way.
because I already had the 105.
So it's because the effective focal length, you felt like it'd be redundant.
Yeah.
Remember, y'all hear that, right? The effective focal length. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not the exact focal length. It's the effective focal length as a result of having the APS-C.
You already know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so that was your gripe.
I actually was like, oh, I want that set. I want a 75 because I didn't have that, because I didn't have the 85 and I had the 105. I was making sure. So the 75 is kind of, I don't know. I just wanted that focal length for some reason. But when it said it was a crop sensor, I was just like, nah, I'm not. It just kind of turned me off from there.
Yeah. So I was running, my main two lenses that I run is a 35 and an 85 whenever I travel, if I'm trying to keep it light. But I've kind of pushed the 85 out and been going with this 75 millimeter or effective focal length of 112.5 millimeters, ladies and gentlemen. and it's because the lens is this small, you know what I mean? And it's smaller than my 35 millimeter lens. So I'm saving space and I'm cutting on the resolution. But if my Z7 II is like 45 megapixels, then I'm dropping it down, but I'm still getting shots like this. And this is straight out the camera, by the way. So this is why the 75 has been in my bag and I've been using it because I'm not messing with this right here.
Yeah, that 75, it is a small lens though.
What's the aperture on it?
1.2.
Okay.
But the effective aperture on it, we gotta be clear. We gotta be clear here.
It still is low because I mean, what's the crop on them Sonys? It's just a 1.5, right?
Yeah, on a Sony.
Yeah, or on the Nikon or on the Z6 III. It's 1.5 on that too, right?
Yeah. I believe it's 1.5. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, after you get the effective cropping factor, you get about 20 megapixels, which shit, that's damn good for this shot right here. You know what I mean? So that all works out right there. So I love using that setup. I love using that setup right there.
I don't know if
what's going on. I understand. Man, that's a 105 killer, bro. I put that lens up. I put that lens up against your 105, and we can see
to his question on that Z6 III that it dropped down to 10 megapixels. Do y'all really feel like having 10 megapixel images would be detrimental for how y'all shoot or how y'all edit?
I don't think. Yeah, because I've definitely put up photos of those 10 megapixel shots and bangers. What
about you, SJ?
No, I don't. No.
Yeah. Because the main reason why I asked that question is because it just, now I'm gonna say it annoys me. It doesn't really annoy me. I say that, but it ain't like I'm sitting over here bothered by this. But I feel like people get so caught up in the number, and it's like, well, why is the number a problem? You know what I'm saying? 10 megapixels, like, yeah, in the world of Sony A7R5s is what, 60 something megapixels? Yeah, 10 megapixels don't seem like a lot, but it's like, what you doing with the image? You posting it on Instagram? Okay, like 10 megapixels is fine. You don't crop heavy in post, 10 megapixels is fine. Like, what's the problem? Like, are we just saying it's too low because it's just a low number, but it don't impact nothing at what you do? Like, there's some people that it's like, yeah, I crop pretty heavy when I edit, so I need the megapixels because I crop. Okay, cool. That's a solid use case for needing more megapixels. But I just feel like most people, they just saying it's that's low just because it just seems low. But it's like, does that impact what you're doing though?
I don't know, man. Because when I went from that what is it, the 750 D750?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I went from that D750 to that D850 with the more megapixels, I was like, oh no, I ain't never going back. Haven't
Yeah,
haven't
no,
said
no,
so.
I get that. I'm not saying that
Yeah.
there's not a difference in the image. I'm just saying, like, if that's what you got to work with,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think that it's that big of a problem. Like, yeah,
No,
like obviously having more mega, you get more details. So that's, there's going to be benefits. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying like it's arbitrary just in general, but just like if
you're right, Todd, because one of my favorite photos of all time that I have hanging in my house, which is I think is printed, I don't know, probably about like 16 by 30 or whatever the case may be. I took with the D750 when I was in Paris, and I took it with a Tokina crop sensor lens. You know what I'm saying? And I added it, and I got it print off pretty big, and it looks just as much detail. So I'm thinking that was probably like 10 to 8 megapixels. You know what I'm saying? Putting that crop sensor on that D750 at that time, and it's one of my favorite photos of all time. And it looks good because it's hung up in the house, and I got it printed out pretty big.
Yeah. How many megapixels was that 750?
I think the D750 was on like 24, man, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that. That's where
Tokina like 11 to like, I think it was like a 10 to 16 Tokina crop system lens that I bought. So yeah, it was a wide one.
So this right here was 10 megapixels.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And this was the Z6 III in the 75 millimeter. So, when I'm talking about, all right, if I can get this with 10, I'm good.
Yeah, but see, and see, here's the thing about that too, right? So you got the 10, but you're still getting the benefit of whatever that sensor size is. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a big difference between shooting 24 that basically gets cropped in to be an effective 10 versus shooting on a sensor that is literally 10. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you're shooting on a sensor that's 45 megapixels, you still getting all that detail. It's just when you crop it in, just pixel wise, you're down to 20, but you still got the detail of that 45 megapixel sensor. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it really isn't like you're losing that much in terms of if it actually was a 10 megapixel sensor or like the A7S III that's a 12. I just think people get caught up on it. It's like, man, I just want people to just focus on just creating great content. Man. Don't get caught up on all the other stuff. Like, just
don't get caught up with the gear. Man. Don't get caught up on the sensor size. Just create the content.
Just focus on that, man.
And I'm gonna rant on it because, well, it's my channel. I can do what I want.
That's the truth. That's the truth. And I don't think there's anything wrong with just telling people to just focus on the craft and just create great stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about the things that don't matter. You know what I'm saying? There's people complaining about OpenGate that wouldn't even use it if they had it, but they just want it just to have, which is cool. But it's like, man, just go out and create some bomb ass content. Focus on that. Put your energy into that, and don't worry about the stuff that is arbitrary and don't matter.
Right. All right. So do you feel as though the 75 millimeter would be better than cropping in on an 85 millimeter? What y'all think?
I don't understand that question.
Yeah. Elaborate for us. Elaborate for us on that one.
The 35 would be better than cropping in.
I don't understand that question.
On an 85. So I'm assuming he's talking like an 85 full frame. So I think he's saying, do you feel the 75? So when that punch in, you said it's what, like a 112? So he's saying, I think he's saying
effective 112.
Right. So I think he's saying, do you think it's better to have the 75 that shoots effectively as a 112 versus shooting with the 85 and cropping it in to have that same field of view? I think that's what he's asking.
Yeah. So 1000%. I'm gonna go with that 75 because I got an 85. Actually, man, I got a whatchamacallit right here. I got 85 that Viltrox sent me. Because actually, my other man. I ain't gonna go too much into that, but Viltrox had to send me another 85. All right. But I'm gonna take that 75 over the 85. The 85 full frame is cool, but I like the effective focal length that I get with the 75 APS-C.
Yeah, I just started using the 85 again since my 105 been down.
What with the yeah. So you forced to use the 85.
Yeah, and also, the newer adapter that I had like it never worked that well. So like when I switched over to the Megadap, probably about a couple months ago, it works 10 times better. So that's another reason why I started using the 85. Cause I'm like, well, my 105 is down. Now I got the Megadap that actually works a whole lot better with it. Not this. I don't know why that is, but that's Sony 85 1.8. It's an older lens. I try to find firmware and stuff on that.
Yeah.
Firmware drop because I figure like a firmware will probably drop it. We'll fix it on the newer, but I just couldn't find anything. So, but the Megadap ended up working and it works out pretty well now. So I kind of use it a lot more now.
All right, so pause. Now mid, he's 75. He rocking with it. Now SJ, we know before your 105 went down, like that was your baby. Like you was always reaching for the 105. What about that Sigma 105 makes that your lens of choice? Like that's just what you gonna shoot with. If you only can do one lens,
are you out here
at 105? Like what about that 105?
I just want to say I feel like he out here listening to these YouTubers, man. That's all I want to say. He out here listening to these YouTubers that say that the Sigma 105 is the best portrait lens out here.
I think what makes me always pick it up in between the 85 is I think it's just a good, well balanced lens between compression and then you get that depth of field. I think it's just nothing like it. And I think that's just even with, I don't know, because that 85 1.2, I know I only shot a couple times when Mid had it at one time. And I really didn't get to check the video. I mean, the photos out on the big screen, but that looked pretty good as well. You know what I'm saying? The 85 1.2, that Nikon. But I just think I think that compression is what really kind of draws me to it. And y'all know me, guys. I just love compression lens. So I'm always shooting long focal lengths anyway. That's just kind of one off my thing anyway, is shooting with longer focal lengths. Besides that 135 I just did. But if I only had to choose one lens, it would 100% be the 105. I just think it's a good balanced lens between, like I said, the compression, the aperture.
So it works for you and your style of shooting and how you like to shoot and what you like to create. Like it just, out of all the lenses you've used, like that just hits the most for you.
Yeah, it just hits the most for me. Yeah, without a doubt. And then even when I just did a video that 135, and I think I was talking to y'all in the group chat, and I was just like I felt like I was limited to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it was just too much. Like it was just too focused in, and that's kind of weird for me because I did a few videos with the 300. You know what I'm saying? Like
with the 135, you said?
Yeah, with the 135, I just felt too constricted because I'm just like, man, I really can't get what I want. Like I have to go too far back to get too much of it. And you got the light stands and all the other stuff, even though it's easy to edit out nowadays. But I'd be trying to like get everything in there, so it's like sometimes it just be too much. That 135, but I've been shooting with my 150 a lot too lately. Because I bought that one. I just rebought that probably during the summer as well, my 150 macro. And that's one of the lenses I absolutely love too. I love shooting with that. And again, that really is just like, I think beyond 105 and all the other stuff, I really think those are just like special lenses. Like I just pull them out every once in a while, get like a couple of shots with them. I'm just throwing it back because I think it's just too restricting for everything.
Oh,
but I love the look that comes out of it though.
So you pulling it out, the longer focal lengths, for those shoes or specialties, so you show the models size matters.
Hey. I really do love shooting with longer focal length portraits.
Hey, look, he
I gotta go back
to that.
I really do love shooting with longer focal length, man. I like definitely when I got that 300, I did that video, 4 years back when I just on a whim, I was just like, I just want to shoot with a 300. And you talking about a look 3D cutout. It's just one of those things. That's just those longer focal lengths just kind of do it, man.
Oh yeah. SJ, why do you prefer the strip box over the standard?
Oh man, Tog did a video about this a couple years ago. talking about the strip box and how I like
And
using.
make sure you're technically correct now.
Yeah,
boy.
yeah. Target also did a video last month or something of that nature too about strip boxes.
Yeah.
And the main reason why I like using it is because it's an easier way to get the whole model lit up from head to toe. Just to be honest with you, because that's just kind of my style is kind of gradually going into like I just like the whole lit up look. The same reason why I use my wide angle reflector was the same reason why, just because you just get that even light from head to toe. So that's the reason why I use the strip box a lot, and it's easy too. It's like it's a small form factor, and you don't really worry about it. Definitely with that arc one, I think it hits pretty well too. I don't know what it is about it, but it does wrap around pretty nice for some reason. I don't know how the arc of it does. Maybe talking kind of it just wraps around the model really well. So even like the other side, you're getting the soft shadows on the other side of her face as well, even with it. And I don't know. I just love the strip box. I love the strip box.
Yeah, and I think it's well, I won't say it's completely abnormal, but it is kind of one of the things you don't see a lot of people using,
Yeah, strip box, yeah.
So I think that's kind of good too, because it shows people that the strip box don't only have to be a rim light.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, facts.
Like,
the only thing
it don't gotta be a rim light or just a hair light. Like,
I wish with that strip box it had a grid to it though. That's the only thing I wish about that strip box. It did had a grid to it, but
on that arc,
yeah, on the arc, yeah.
I mean, I don't know how they would really be able to do that.
Yeah, I just wish they had. Yeah. But other than that, I do love my arc strip box.
The arc's solid. I use that arc quite a bit. Yeah, I love it. I love strips in general.
Yeah, let's see. We got. Do you give the Megadap positive review, SJ?
Okay, let me go.
So, that means no right there. Okay.
I want to be fair because I think somebody in my comment asked me the same thing, and I just kind of want to be fair about.
Yeah, don't be a shill because Megadap they did send it to me for free, but still.
No, I paid for the Megadap, so they didn't even send it to me. I paid for that. I just want to be fair. The newer worked for like 99% of my lenses. Besides the 85, I told you about the 85, the Sony, and that's just because.
He being too fair, y'all. Y'all see what happened when you tell too much truth. This was happened.
The only reason why I went out and got that Megadap adapter was just simply because that 135 was really being quirky, and I really wanted it to be a positive review about that. And I didn't really want the focusing to be an issue of me when I was doing that review. So even though the first review I did with my 135 was with the newer, but I do have a couple other videos coming out with the Megadap with that 135, and it did work tremendously a lot better with the Megadap with the 135. And that's before they even updated, because I know they updated it maybe, I don't know, like right after I did my review with the 130, my second review with the 135. But other than that, I do like the Megadap, and I also like the newer. So it's not, I don't think nothing's wrong with the newer. For some reason, they stopped selling it though, like the newer adapter. Like you can't.
Newer.
It's just like sold out, so they just stopped selling it. And another reason why I also went to Megadap too is because when the Z83 that firmware got released and it bricked everything, so I had to like end up going back to the old firmware anyway. But then Newer and everybody else came out with their updates or whatever, and the way Newer was telling you like to. Man, they had like a long paragraph that's like, yo, you got to cut it off when you switch lenses. Make sure you cut it off on this time. Make sure you hit switch. And I was like, man, I'm not doing all that shit, bro. I'm being serious. Like, it was like a long ass paragraph. And I was like, bro, I'm not doing that shit. So I just decided, like, I'm just going to go get the Megadap. I need it for the Sigma 135 anyway. So I was like, I'm just going to go buy it. And they just came out with that brand new one, Megadap adapter. So I was just like, I'm just going to buy it and just go for it. So ever since then, I have been using the Megadap for everything else from here on out now.
Man, to that point, I need to update mine, and I don't even know how I need to update it. I think, did yours come with a cord or something?
Nah, the update is really easy. You just put on the SD card, you put it on your camera, and update it from there.
Okay, yeah, that's
Yeah,
sweet.
yeah.
Because the
Yes,
newer
this is
one,
pretty
I
sweet.
had a cord that I had to attach it to or something.
Yeah, that was janky too. That newer one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like you had to like it's very finicky and stuff. You had to like barely put it on there. It's like it was crazy.
Yeah, yeah. Had to
Yeah,
prop it
but
up,
it works
man, all
well though.
types of
I
stuff.
think it works well.
Yeah, I think that's what I got, the E to Z Pro. But yeah, in my case, I don't think mine's is like fully updated. So it for example, the Sigma that I had used, the Sigma 200, it didn't work for that. So I had to use the newer for that one. But I think kind of going along with the long focal lengths here, that 200 surprised me. Like I loved what I got from it, but from a carrying it perspective and how much flexibility I can have with it, it was a pain in the ass. Yeah, it was a
And
pain.
that distance, man, that would be the question that I would ask anybody that was considering that 200 is that do you think the images that you got in comparison to what was the lens that you had in what was it? Was it in Houston? I think
135.
the 135. So I mean, when you compare, when you look at the 135 versus the 200 and what you was able to get, was that added working distance worth it? Was that 200 image like, yeah, I got to be back an extra 15, 20 feet, but the image, I could see the difference and it was worth it? Or do you think like, I mean, if you got it, cool, but it ain't
Yeah,
that much different than the 135?
right. And I
Question mark. I
think,
don't know. That's what I'm
yeah,
asking.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think it kind of falls in that position for me where uh the extra headache per se, I would rather just go with the 135 um and leave the 200. Yeah. Because especially like trying to carry it or whatnot, I almost need it on a monopod or something.
I was gonna say, especially how big that is. Like even with, I know with that last WPP I came to talk when you pulled out your
Yeah,
what
that
was it
120 to 300.
300, yeah, and you had yours on the
Yeah.
auto card, and I was
Yeah.
just like, bro, I think that's one of the main reasons why I like the when I do that my 300 when I shoot with my 300 for portraits is that 300 it's an f4, so it's like really really compact. And at that point, I think I don't know. I know the 200 is f2 and the 300 f4. Like you get so much compression, like it still gets that 3D cutout. Like I would
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
I think I'm gonna rent the 200 and probably kind of compare it to some old ones, and I'm sure it's going to be a bit different from the f4 from 300 f4. But to me, from
Mhm.
what I'm looking, it looks almost the same. It looks almost like the same cutout. So it's like that's the reason why I like shooting with that 300 f4 because one is so small, but the distance is a pain in the ass though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is one
Yeah,
thing.
shooting at 300, man. I remember when y'all was in Puerto Rico, you did that shoot with
Yeah,
the 300, man, and you
I'm
you
way
was in
back
a
there.
whole nother city, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You
But
was in a whole nother city.
since you brought that up, Todd, that actually worked well for that when we was doing that because with that compression, actually bring that water closer. So it kind of
Yeah,
didn't seem
yeah.
like we were so far away from that water anyway. It just kind of bring like shit was sitting right there. So
Yeah.
with that being said, like that 300 actually worked well for that in that particular location because it gave me exactly what I wanted, especially with that surfboard and things of that nature. Just kind of bring that water right to us.
Right, right. And see, that's the type of stuff that I wish there was more in like the photography community. Like, people could do what they want to do. Like, I'll be on my YouTube channel, or I'll be on stuff like this, and I'll complain about shit. But at the end of the day, I don't, yeah, whatever people doing, they're doing. It don't impact me. But I do wish that people was like more intentional with stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm gonna use this 300 because there's this water back here and I want that water to appear closer. That's the reason why I'm doing a 300, not just using the 300 just to use the 300 and whatever happens happens. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that's cool. You want to do, like, you don't always have to be hella intentional every time you shoot, but I do wish there was more of that where like people really understood why they were using something versus well, SJ told me the 105 is the best lens ever, so I got to go get the 105 because he said it's the best. I don't know why I'm using it, but SJ said it's the best, so I went and got it because he said it's a bomb lens. Like, that's cool, but like, just know why you really want it. You know what I'm saying? Like, ask the question, like DM SJ and be like, yo, like, what is it about the 105 that makes you like that lens?
Right.
Because maybe the way they shoot, it won't even matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, like, well, I never really even shoot at 1.4. Like, I like to be at f4 or at 5.6. Well, then that 105 ain't gonna be much different than your 85 or your whatever. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just wish there was more of that. But
right, because to that point, you know, you get the people that's saying, oh man, why do you have shoot wide open all the time, or whatever the case may be.
Imaging Edge webcam. I don't even know what software Ned using.
Yeah,
live right now.
So what do y'all feel about that? You know, you get. I get comments a lot, like for this particular image, where I'm like, boom, I want to blow out the background, and I want to isolate that model.
Mm-hmm. So this is what I always say to that. And like I said, again, like I be having opinions on shit. I really don't. Like I'm not going to somebody's comments asking why you do something, because it's like, hey, like that's what you chose to do. Like, it's your video or your picture. Like, I'm not going to question you. But you know, I do have my thoughts on stuff. What I don't understand is, if you go to a specific location to shoot, why would you not want to show that location? Like, it's one thing if like you're just somewhere, like that's just where you are, and you're just like, I don't like this background, so I'm going to shoot wide open because I don't like this background. But there's people that will go to, like, imagine if you went to like the Colosseum in Rome, and you shot a model in front of the Colosseum, and you shot, you know, a 200 f2 and completely blurred it out. What was the point of going to the Colosseum then? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go and shoot to the extent of, it could have just been an AI background, but you specifically went to a location to shoot at that location, why wouldn't you want to show some of that?
That is true.
That's the question that I would ask people. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it's like, nah, you want to show some of that texture. You want to show that background. Like, you want to be able to be like, yeah, this was at this location because you specifically went to that location to shoot.
Let me get my battery situation straight.
I guess I will say that, you know, I guess that's the reason why they could, I guess you could just use different focal length and still use the 105. I mean, I mean, not the 105, sorry, but an f2 or an f1.2 or whatever the case may be. Then you'd be able to show your location off a little bit more, depending on the, you know, location. But you know, I just like blowing shit out. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Are we still talking photos? I mean, I see the picture we got on the screen right now. What we talk about?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I just like the look. I like blowing shit out. I ain't gonna lie.
But here's my thing.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with that. What I'm just saying is, like, when you shoot, you're not necessarily going to a specific location because there's something at that location and that's why you're going there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might pick a spot because it has the vibe that you want. Like, let's say you go down to where the Yum Center is at, or you go to downtown Louisville or downtown. Like, you're going down there because the overall vibe is what you want, but you're not going down there because there's something that you want to be there for that.
Yeah.
I'm saying for the people that's like, if I went and I was going to be shooting at the Eiffel Tower, what sense would it make for me to completely blur it out to the point where you can't even tell it's the Eiffel Tower? What was the point of going and shooting at that exact location if I'm just going to blow it out anyway?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Doug. That wouldn't make no sense if you're going there just to kind of show that off. Then that wouldn't make any sense to me. Like, yeah, that'd be kind of.
Hey man, don't fold to his question, Todd. Like, I mean, SJ, don't fold to the question. You know what I mean? Stand up for what you believe in.
A more realistic situation. people go to Ghost Town all the time, right? They go to Ghost Town here all the time. What would be the point in driving all the way out there to go to Ghost Town and take pictures to where you couldn't even tell you was at Ghost Town? Why? What's the point of even going there then? Like, you could have just stayed in the city if you're going to do that.
Facts.
So
But
that's what I'm saying. That's when I don't get it, because it's like if you're gonna go there, you going there because of what it is, the architecture, like all the stuff that's there. That's why you go to Ghost Town. If you're gonna completely blur it out to the point where you can't even tell, I don't get why you would even go.
No, I totally agree. If your intention is to go to a certain location, you shouldn't be blowing it out. You definitely want to show.
I'm gonna disagree, because I my camera was, I had to fix my camera before I came back to the podium. But now I'm back to the podium because I'm the YN that's gonna blow out the background regardless. I don't care if I'm in Iceland. I don't care if I'm in Italy. I'm gonna blow it out. All right. And my point, my reason is, first, it's kind of like that's how I shoot, right? Irregardless of whatever the situation is, like over the years, that's how I shot. And I brought this particular picture to the podium because this is the 85 and I shot it at 1.2. Now, it may or may not be the most interesting place, but somebody commented and was like, I don't understand why you have this beautiful background and you're just gonna blow it out. I argue the fact that you still can get the vibe of what's going on in this image. And most of the time at 1.2, depending on, the distance and things like that, because sometimes you can completely obliterate it. But I feel like in my particular case, I'm not just posting this one image. I got a sequence of images. And so you're going to know like what the particular vibe is. You know what I mean? And I got other ones where it might be some more distinct things where it's like, oh, maybe it's a particular bridge in the background that you want to be seen. But this one just came to mind because somebody asked that exact question.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, it's kind of, there's kind of nuances to it, I guess, because I don't know what having more depth of field. I don't know how it would add to this image. You know what I'm saying? Because it's you could obviously tell where she's at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So having like the bush, the shrubs, and more in focus, like what is that going to add to the image? Like contextually, I don't see where that would add anything. So I don't.
Right.
It's kind of like, okay, cool.
Right. But yeah, even for like if it was actually something unique in the background, yeah, I would still blow it out.
So you wouldn't prioritize being able to capture that uniqueness. Like, imagine you at a spot that you don't know if you ever gonna make it back to that spot again. You wouldn't want to prioritize being able to showcase and capture that uniqueness. Like, you still gonna blow it out. Like,
yeah,
you could have done that in a studio.
Yeah,
and
no,
drop the background in.
Nah, I don't think you could do it in the studio, but I'm still gonna blow out the background though. And I think it's more so because I'm in the location. You can get a sense of it in the photo still, but also I also got a whole video about it at the same time. You know what I mean? Because if I'm doing a photo shoot, then me, I got a BTS with it. So I think for me, it's not as important as what the background particularly is. If I can get the vibe, because I'll say like, man, probably I intentionally stopped down my shots when I was in Iceland because I remembered somebody saying something like, man, why you always shoot wide open? So I was like, you know what? Let me bring this to like a 2.8 or 2.2, just to, be able to put in my title, never shoot this wide open. you know, to appease the people that would be like, wow, why would you shoot this wide open, you know? Because otherwise I would shoot it wide open, you know?
Yeah, I still don't know. I still don't know that and maybe I missed it. So if you had to,
Stylistic. That's it
if
right
you had
there.
to,
It's a
yeah, I know,
stylistic choice.
and I get that. Like we don't have to go down that path. Like obviously, like people shoot how they want to shoot. Like that's obvious. No, nobody's out here being forced to shoot wide open. But if you had to say, like, if you had to sum up like one sentence of why
Mhm.
you always shoot wide open, like it don't matter what location it is, it don't matter how unique the background is, the location, none of that matter. Like you're gonna you're gonna go wide open every time. If you had to just give one sentence of your reasoning, what would that one sentence be?
It looked good.
As much as I don't like people shooting wide open all the time, I have no further questions, Your Honor. I mean, if that's
yeah, no, but you know that, man, it's funny because that's always been my MO since I started. Like, it's like, oh, I can't do 1.2, I can't do 1.4. Okay, I got the solution. Boom. do whatever it takes to shoot at 1.2 or 1.4. You know what I mean?
So SJ, are you the same? Because I think you all don't you shoot when you shoot the 105, you pretty much wide open on that joint too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I already, I said it in the beginning. Like, I just like shooting it. I just like the style.
Hey, we about to have a rant come out on time. Like,
I did a video on that not that long ago. I went downtown, and I mean, you know, like, look, at the end of the day, like I said, I will complain about shit, but I don't care what people do because it doesn't impact me. But I do like to ask the question because I am curious as to like people's thought or intention behind that. Like, you know, if you just like, yo, I like the look, cool. Like,
yeah,
as long as you know why you're doing it, and it's not, oh, well, I shoot it wide open all the time because on YouTube they say you don't buy a 1.2 and not shoot at 1.2. Then I'm gonna be like, well, you know, think twice about that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you just do it because you like the look, or you know, Ike is like, hey, I like to shoot out, I like to be outside, so I'm gonna be outside and shoot my 1.2. Cool. Like, you know why you doing it, and that's all I ask is that you doing it and you know why you doing it. Like, if somebody asks you the question, you can answer the question. Cool.
yeah, and you can stand 10 toes on why you doing it.
Stand 10 toes. Like, it look good. That's why I do it, because I like the look. That's why I do it. Cool. All right, bet. Now,
Yeah,
people can argue, well, I shoot 1.2 because I don't buy a 1.2 to not shoot at 1.2. All right, cool. That's a valid argument. Like, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I don't agree, but if that's how you feel, cool.
yeah. And I think that's how it's kind of been. We got any West Coast photo walks on the schedule. Man, it's funny that you mentioned this because 2026, I plan to venture out to the West Coast. I'm thinking California. I'm not sure how the logistics gonna go quite yet, but yeah, I'm feeling like California would be a good point, and that would pretty much capture most of the people that's in Cali, because a lot of times people fly out for the events. So I know what San Diego pretty easy to get to, LA, and
San Diego 2.5. I think San Fran like 6.5.
yeah.
Drive.
So then you can get anybody else that might be on that side as well. Maybe some Texas folks, because what I've seen in throwing these is that, you know, people love to travel. You know, it just needs to be an opportunity and a reason for them to travel. You know, so a lot of people, you know, are like, I mean, even when in New York I had the event. And I was telling people like, yeah, I'm going to put out a content trip for Iceland here shortly, you know, and people was like, man, really? I would like to do this. You know what I mean? And it's generally that you can hear a lot of people say they want to do something. And then you put it out there and then you don't hear no response.
Right. But like, where you at,
But
man?
yeah, like I thought you wanted to do it,
I ain't
but
see that deposit come through yet.
right. But with the Iceland trip, man, probably within the first month, I had pretty much all the spots sold. You know, I got one more left.
Yeah,
To the
I
point
remember. I
where
remember we was talking, and you was like, "Yo, I gotta put this information out because I got people hitting me up asking me about it."
right. I'm like, yo, I got pretty much to the point where I'm like, hey, Todd, look, man, hey, we don't need a room. We can sleep in the living room. like hey, we can sleep in the living room. Everything will be all right.
Yeah.
So I think when you create the opportunity, but also people see from the past events that they actually gonna get their money's worth, have a good time. And then people that have been to your events, when they consistently come back, I think that speaks volumes for the events as well.
Yeah,
So
you got at least three people that come
yeah,
to just about everyone. I think with John, like he's becoming like at least the fourth. So I mean, you got almost a handful of people
right,
that it's like no matter what event you throw, no matter what city or country now,
right,
they're there.
right.
And I mean that's like referrals, you know what I'm saying? Like there's no better compliment than somebody referring you to somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
So it's
facts,
like
facts.
for somebody to come to multiple events, that speaks volumes because it's like if you went to an event, you was like it was cool. Yeah, you probably ain't going like if it's in your city, you'll go. You gonna fly to another city or another country just off of something that was cool? Nah.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
for you to go pay, like you paying money first of all, so you having to pay money to even come to it. But then to go to another city, you got flight, you got hotel, all these things. It's like you're not doing that just because it's cool. Like you doing that because you see a lot of value in it. Like you have a really good time. The
hmm,
networking is where it's at. The images that you're getting is what you want it to be. Like there's something to where you're like, nah, like this is worth me spending this money and taking time off from work to go to these events repeatedly. And it's like that's how you know when you're doing something right, because it's
right,
like, okay, I got people coming back and they spending money. And then you start doing these out of country joints like these. We ain't just talking, a $300-400 photo walk. Like these is
right.
investments for people. You know what I'm saying? Economy tough these days. And you still got people that's coming to these things and putting deposits and wanting to do these trips. It's like, that's how you know when you're doing something right.
Facts. Hey, Thailand. Hey, Thailand is definitely on the meter. So the first one international is Iceland. That's in September 2026. If anybody's interested, I got one more spot for that. But I'm definitely expanding over. Um and I'm gonna segue a little bit more into what Tog Life talking about. But I do want to let y'all know y'all gotta excuse SJ. He off those. he off the oxycodone right now. If y'all see he looking like a disgruntled worker, then he
Actually gotta go hit an ice pack right now.
yeah, he got some stuff going on with the shoulder, so he tried to fight through the pain. Oh man. Yeah, but no, but yeah, and that's the beauty, in those trips, because I actually sent out what I try to do is it's funny because every time we had an event, I always try to think about how to make it better. So we always come back to the table and kind of say like, all right, like what went wrong, what was good, what was bad, what could be better, things like that. And so one time I was like, all right, let me put out a form and just get anonymous feedback from folks. And I put it out and nobody responded. So I'm like, all right, I guess it's kind of good in a sense, because if you really had something you wanted to say, you were gonna let it fly in that form. But
Yeah.
also I'm like, all right, let me still try to take heed of some things and try to fix it, because Man, one time we were in Charlotte, and a model had a issue with the timing, right? So it's Tog Life and the model talking about it at the table, and we tell the model the time that we need to leave the house to go to the event, and so that means you need to be ready at that time, right? But even when she got to the event, she still took 30 minutes to get ready for an event that was already started. So, at this point, I was pissed, but I'm also not trying to show it. But I know Tog Life was pissed.
Well, and it should be noted that was one where we had a pretty strict rotation timetable to make sure, because I mean we had a lot of people and a good amount of models. So I mean we was on a 15-20 minute rotation to
Right.
make sure that everybody could shoot with everybody. And I think what was that photo walk? Was it 2 hours or hour and a half? I can't remember if it
Yeah,
was
I think it was three. I think it was three.
three. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, like her being a half like that messed that up, because we had like she had a station, like every model had a station, and then we was rotating the photographers. So with her being down, that's a whole station that's not happening.
Right.
So now we got a whole group of photographers that's not shooting. Everybody else shooting, they just standing there.
Right.
That doesn't work, man.
Doesn't work. And this is where we learned the lack of accountability with the models, because she told me that instead of her needing to be ready at that time, that I should have purchased the property that we were doing the shoot at for another hour. not knowing that I had already purchased the property for an additional hour for that particular reason. And I think that property was probably either 300 or 400 an hour, maybe 200 to 300 an hour, something like that. But I know, yeah, it was a nice grip.
Yeah, yeah, and mind you, when he talking, we told the models the time. We ain't tell the models the time a couple hours before. We had talked about it the day before. Okay,
Mhm.
like we had walked through the whole process the day
Right.
before and that day. Like,
And
all
that
right,
day.
this is when we got to leave. So I mean, there was plenty of lead time to make sure that like, and the part that was worse about it, I don't know if you remember this, but the part that made it worse was instead of getting ready, this particular model was downstairs on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Having a three-way conversation on the phone, he ha ha,
Right,
lollygagging
right,
and shit. And we looking at the time, like, hey, I don't know how long it's gonna take you to get ready, but you think you want mosey on upstairs? Nah, they having a grand old time.
right, right, right.
And then I think it was like an hour, a little bit before we were set to leave. Oh shit, all right, let me go get in the shower. And it's like, we only got an hour. You still got to shower and get
And
ready
get your
now.
hair done.
Right. Like everybody know ain't no girl showering and getting their hair done and makeup done in an hour.
Man. And I think the girl, yeah, and the crazy thing was the hairstylist, instead of doing the model's hair, the hairstylist was doing her own hair.
Yep.
Like you're not even shooting. Like
Wasn't even
what are you doing?
Wasn't even shooting. Didn't want to shoot. Had no desire to shoot.
Man. So the thing is like all that to say is definitely a learning process, but you kind of take something from each situation, and of course I had to cut ties with that model, because it was like, yeah, it was I could literally, that's an entire book about that experience. But it was a lack of accountability. It was like I really got to see her character, which was ugly. Like that's probably one of the most ugliest person's character that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And from there, it was crazy because it was almost like a facade, because the first time I worked with her, absolutely perfect. Like you couldn't tell me that you couldn't put her in a room with any model and she wouldn't make them feel comfortable. And the total opposite was true when she came on the next trip that we went on. So you gotta watch out for him. Ike Turner. I mean, Tog Life be hard on him.
I really don't, RBJ. I don't. I just expect people to be respectful and professional. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. And I don't feel like that's asking for much. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you get brought on these trips as a model, and again, like, the stuff that he's doing is basically like a business. So if
Right.
you agree to something, that's an extension to him, right? Like, if people come to mid stuff and the models is doing something crazy, they're not mad at the models, or they're not looking at the models negatively. They're looking at who threw the event. And
Right.
it's like, well, why did
Right.
you bring this model? Or why
Right.
didn't you prepare this model? Or why didn't you think, whatever? Like, that falls back on whoever's throwing the event. So it's all good until, like you said, the person don't take accountability. And it's like, so it was everybody else's fault but yours.
Mhm.
Even though you were well aware of this, and this, and every other model somehow managed to be ready, but it was everybody else's fault but yours. That's where I was like, yeah, that ain't. I wasn't cool with that, RBJ. That didn't fly.
So what do you think changed about the model?
What
Do you think
Mr.
she
I
got
understand
comfortable?
photography 2780 is asking?
Yeah.
Got comfortable? Because this particular model, because the first time was like, she was perfect. The second time it was a nightmare. We was like, okay, we tied. So we need a
Yeah.
tiebreaker. So he was like, man, I can't remember where we went. We went to another city. And he's like, man, you think we should have her come out? And I'm like, yeah, it's only right, because we don't know. Like, I mean, she was cool the first time. She was hell the second time.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see.
Cool in Dallas. Cool in
Yeah.
Dallas. Yeah.
So then that third time, it was just more of what we had in Charlotte. So we were just like, okay, like, yeah, that first time it's like best behavior. Second time, it's like,
Mhm.
okay, I'm cool, I'm comfortable now. So now I'm gonna be me. I don't gotta
Mhm.
put up the front no more now, because I'm cool, I'm in here. And then that third time, even more so, like, yeah, I'm definitely in here. And it's like, okay, so that's just you as a person. Got it.
Right.
Got
Right.
it.
Like, yeah. No, absolutely no accountability for that person. It was crazy. Probably one of my roughest experiences. No, you don't get a second chance to waste my time. Yeah, no, because obviously she see like the other events that I do and things like that. And so I know it's probably kind of like a dang, mid don't ask me to come, or he don't hit me up or that. Absolutely not.
Yeah. But to that point, and to that what he said though, the thing about that is you always taking a gamble, right? So if you bring a model for the first time, you don't know how that model's going to act. You don't know how they're going to interact with the other models, with the photographers. So you got a risk there. If you got
Mhm.
somebody like this, where it was just like, all right, they was cool the first time, they was hell the second time, like maybe something going on in their life, maybe it was who they came with that brought the worst out. Like, either way, you taking a gamble. So you more so going to gamble on the person that you've seen can work really well. So
Right.
you're going to gamble on them before you gamble on somebody for the first time, because the same thing can happen with that first time person. You got no history with them. So that's where it was kind of like, all right, let's just see if this was a fluke, because maybe it was. It wasn't,
Uh-huh.
but it could have been. No, but it wasn't. It definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't.
Yeah, I was pretty much looking like, man, don't do me like this. Don't do me like this. But the thing that she brought to the table was the first event I seen her engage and interact with all the models. Because you think about all the models that we had, none of them knew each other really. And
Yeah.
she was like the glue to like the personality, where she got all of the models talking to each other, which, if you know anything about a photo walk or something like that, or a content trip, you don't want any model beef or anything like that. Like you need
Right.
the vibe to be perfect in order for everything to flow well. So when I seen that she had that characteristic, um, it was like perfect. But one of the main things I think that changed was her bringing her best friend with her. And the reason her best friend was like, it was good and bad because she added value by being able to do the hair of the other models. So it was like, okay, bet she could do hair for the other models. That's perfect. But I think it brought out another side of that particular model that I ain't ever seen before.
Yeah, and that side was hella ugly, bro. Like I can't even hold you, bro. I don't think I had ever experienced somebody treat somebody that they claim to care about the way that they made it seem. Like I don't think I've ever seen somebody treat somebody so poorly like that, bro. Like I felt terrible. Like I felt bad. Like that shit broke my heart because I'm just like, damn, like this is supposed to be somebody that you love and somebody that's close to you, and like this is how they treat you. And if they treating you like this in front of people, like I can only imagine how you getting treated like that. That shit broke my heart, bro. Cause I'm just like, man. But at the end of the day, she an adult, so she choose to stay in that. But yeah,
Right.
sometimes people show their true colors, and you just like, dang, that's ruthless, man.
Nah, that's 1,000%. 1,000%. Uh let me see. Oh, you didn't tell us that she brought a friend with her. Is that why she was late all the time? I'ma say pro can be, but I think she definitely got comfortable with the friend, but the friend was like a tag along friend. Like she was definitely like um kind of did whatever this model particularly said. So I do think it was like a few pieces of that going on, but yeah, but that's where it goes to show that what I was saying, you kind of learn from each situation because from since that event, I was like, models ask me all the time, like, hey, can my friend come? Things like that. And even models, that pay to come to like the content trips, they're like, hey, can my friend come? This, that, and the third. And I'm very reluctant on them bringing a friend now just from that experience because that put a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I remember we talked about that too. We was just like, yeah, I don't think they could bring no friends because they get comfortable. And actually, to her friend's credit, I don't think that her friend was really responsible for it at all. I think her friend, in the conversations that I had, I think her friend would have done everything that needed to be done. I think the friend just didn't have the backbone to stand up to this particular model. So the friend
Yeah.
just kind of went along with what was happening because she just wasn't strong enough to be like, yo, like you need to go get ready. You need to go do this. You need to do this. It wouldn't have went well. I wouldn't even have wanted her to do that
Yeah.
because that just would have just been a volatile situation that would have been 10 times worse than what it was. So
No, really. And the funny thing was going on, Marcus. One of the things, is it's always so this is what like the extended content trips bring out. During the photo walks, the participants don't really get to engage too much with the models. So that's why, I kind of brought the content trips because you're able to engage and network with the models, spend more time, create content, and even schedule particular shoots or ideas you might have. And you have the models readily accessible. So the thing that happened with this is that we were actually funny enough all kind of relaxing, getting ready for the photo walk and things like that. And we were talking, and this was us trying to still get to know this particular model, and she said a lot of stuff blatantly about who she was, and we kind of glazed over it because we had not seen any part of the person that she was saying that she was or how she was. And that was in Dallas. And then we come to Charlotte, and man, if she was not exactly who she
Right.
said she was,
Right.
if she
Right.
she was dead serious. And man, it was almost like a wolf in sheep's clothing, because she was saying it directly to us, and I'm like, what?
Right.
Like, you don't seem like that to us. Like,
That's
maybe she
bad.
wasn't comfortable in that moment yet, but she showed her ass in that next one.
Yeah, I definitely remember that, bro. Like, I was just thinking, like, oh, she just talking shit. She just saying all this. Like,
Yeah,
ain't no
yeah.
way. She too cool, man. There ain't no way. Yeah, that let me know there is a way. There is a way.
No, not the friend. The model told us who she was. But you would not think that it was like that. You would not think, because she was just the sweetest person. And oh man, that hey man, y'all watch y'all back out here. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all.
Right. Right.
That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all gotta be safe out here. Y'all gotta be safe out here. So man, we had a definitely a good discussion. Now we had everybody on here for 2.5 hours. We got SJ barely making it.
Yeah, SJ ain't getting back on the live till this time next year. So
yeah. He like,
anybody got
hey,
any questions for SJ? Go ahead and ask him them questions right now, because he's not gonna be back. He's not gonna
yeah,
be back
y'all
until
got
Christmas time,
any questions,
2026.
y'all want to know? You gotta get that out now, because it ain't gonna be no more live stream access. He gonna be dropping this content. You still good for Imaging USA?
Yeah, I'll be here, Imaging USA.
That didn't sound very. You ain't sound
Yeah.
sure on that, SJ.
Yeah, I'll be there, but I can't create no content or anything, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
bring anything unless y'all guys ask, want me to bring y'all things. But
Oh yeah, hey, I might need a
He
light
would be the
stand.
only, he'd be the only one. I'll be traveling light because I just do video. I don't
Yeah, you got that. Hey, get that video work, that light. Oh, because actually, man, y'all know the funniest thing is, I'm supposed to do a photo shoot with. Maybe some of y'all might know, y'all might remember this, but it was probably like 2 years ago where I did the photo shoot with the girl, and her boyfriend was there. And her boyfriend was not too happy, like he didn't want to be there and all of that type stuff. So that was actually in Alabama. But turns out that she actually moved to Nashville. So I'm supposed to link up with her in Nashville and do another photo shoot. So that's going to be interesting, because I want to ask her about that situation. Hey, RBJ, that's
I'm
the
about to say
exact thing.
RBJ know who he talking about.
Yeah, he know exactly. He know exactly who we
He know
talking
who he
about.
know.
He like,
Yeah.
hold on, did she get rid of the dude?
That's to be determined, RBJ. That is the question on the table right now, because if she did, that could make for some interesting and juicy content if she's willing to talk about that photo shoot in Alabama.
Yeah, and the thing is, with that particular photo shoot, now I'm gonna have to tread lightly on it, but I'm gonna make sure I do the photo shoot first.
Yeah, you got to.
It did. After I do the photo shoot, then I'll ask her the questions that I want to know, and the people want to know, because yeah, that was crazy how all that had transpired. Let me see. Oh, I got a picture of her.
The crazy part about that, I hope she did get rid of that dude, because for people that know who we talking about, if you watch that video, and if you haven't watched the video, go watch the video, because it was sad how excited she was in the beginning, and by the end of it, it was like a completely different person. Like she was so dejected by the end, just because like she was happy to show him pictures, like, babe, come look at this. And I mean, you know, obviously he couldn't care less. And I mean, you saw
Right.
that change, like you saw her demeanor and her attitude just tank, because you know she's like, damn, like he don't want to be here, he not supporting me. And I remember, I think we all went live shortly after that and talked about that. And we was just talking about like how important it is to have people at the shoot that's going to be your cheerleader. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, don't bring people to the shoot that don't want to be there, or they're not into, you know, you modeling or whatever. Like, don't bring those type of people to the shoot, because they just going to bring you down, and then you just going to waste everybody's time.
Facts. And so this was her. And man, like bangers. But the crazy thing was, I had the next outfit after this was the infamous T-Mid crop top. And it did not live to see the day, because that vibe was off. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you go to my channel, you will see the video with this. And actually it's 2 videos. One is the actual behind the scenes, but then I had to circle back and make a second video and talk about what happened, because everybody in the comments of the behind the scenes was like, yo, like, what's going on with the vibe? Like, she seemed like she don't want to shoot. The boyfriend seemed like this. So I was like, all right, I feel like I got to talk about it, because enough people have called it out without me even saying anything in this video about it.
It was so obvious, man. Like, you really couldn't miss it. Like, if you watched the video, you couldn't miss it. Like, you noticed, like, man, like what's going on here. And if you came in like midway through, like if you just really wasn't paying attention and you got to the end, you'd be like, yeah, it's like she didn't even want to be doing the shoot. And it's like, nah, she was hella excited to do that shoot, and she just was like that by the end of that video because of old boy. And I'm just like, you not, I don't care if you don't want to be there or not. Like, if you really care for somebody, like this is your lady, you're gonna support her even if you don't want to be there. At most, you're not gonna do anything to bring her down. Like, I'm not saying you got to be all into it if it's not your thing, but you there, she's excited. Like, man, you got to support your girl, man. Like, these dudes out here is fucking terrible, but you know, that's a whole nother.
Oh man, y'all hear Talk Life? He ready to save him out here. Oh man, Talk Life, he ready to save her, ain't it? Hey, at least you know. Hey, you can't treat your girl wrong around Talk Life. He be ready to spin your block and take your girl from you.
hey, you know, I always keep that thing on me. So
hey, Talk Life ready to steal the girl. Hey, I got to watch Talk Life.
I don't even be wanting the girl. I just want him treated right. That's it. I just want him treated right.
Hey, man. Hey, Christmas coming up. I'm finna buy my man a Superman cape. Christmas. Hey, send me that PO box. I gotta send you a Superman cape for that one. That's funny. Oh man. Hey, SJ, you get him a Thor hammer, cause that bad. I just want them treated right.
Hey man, you know, what can I say?
Hey, Talk Life. We be having a 3-way conversation about some girls in the huddle, and you think you with the boy, you with the homie, you know, you telling them like, yeah, I'm doing this and that, and he side eye you, and you're like, why are you treating her like that, brother?
Nah. Hey, you know, maybe. Maybe what it is. I might be
hey, he like, hey, you had your teen years and your 20s to do that, brother. We can't be doing that now. But no, man. That was exactly right. Like, so yeah, this was in Alabama, and so I'm supposed to connect with her. And that is exactly what I want to do. I want to have that conversation with her. I feel like she probably not with him no more, so she might be open to having that conversation. But I'm gonna make sure I get the shots first. Now, maybe I did give her this dress to wear in the shoot, so maybe he could have been a little bit pissed about this dress that I started off with.
But see, even to that, like if your relationship's solid, you pulling your girl to the side and being like, yo, I don't feel comfortable with you rocking this. Like that's what I would do. Like if I'm with my girl to shoot and the photographer give her something that I'm like, I ain't feeling this. Like I'm gonna just be like, yo, like nah, I ain't feeling this, and she gonna respect that.
So you're gonna make her take it off, or shoot something else, basically.
I mean, I don't want to be on record as saying I'm gonna make her do anything. I'm just saying, if there's some mutual respect, I should be able to voice that I don't like something, and the next course of action should be that something isn't put on.
Okay, so it's interesting because on her page, and this is where I first found her. This is what she had on her page. So I would honestly, I would be flabbergasted if the outfit that I wanted her to wear was the problem. So that was on her page when I hit her up. And I'm like, mine's ain't nowhere near that.
Now to play devil's advocate on that though.
Mr. Cookies and Cream.
You could have did that shoot with a female photographer, because I do know some models here in the city that they'll bust it open when it's a female photographer they shoot with.
I think
photographer they don't be rocking with it. But
nah, this a guy.
Is that a dude?
Look at his little thing.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. Hey, the dude might not have felt threatened, you know what I mean? Man. So if it's a photographer that they like, oh, I ain't got to worry about that photographer, they cool with it. If it's somebody they feel threatened by, it's a whole different ball game.
Hey, I was like, the view's coming up. Nah, but she was open to everything. I told her that I wanted to shoot, so it was like perfect, because I was like, all right, bet I got this idea. Boom. She was single when she took that. Hey, that definitely that definitely could have been true.
Hey, if she was, I mean, it's still up though.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to tell your girl you ain't with it. If she knows you, she wouldn't need you to pull her to the side. Oh man, we got RBJ Turner.
But I mean, I ain't trying to judge a book by the cover. But like, if you look at that couple, like I'm sure they go out and that's the type of shit that she wear. So I don't think it was an issue with the outfit. I think it was an issue with the outfit shooting with a male photographer.
Yeah,
because you ain't gonna convince me that she don't be going out. They don't go out to the club or something like that. She gonna have on something just like that, if not worse.
Right. Yeah, I was checking her stuff lately. Yeah, she's still out there in them trenches. Yeah. So that's gonna be exciting, because I'm excited to see how that's gonna work out. Now I know I'm gonna have to get a studio for that situation, but that content I'm excited for.
Hey man, I just now realized something. When we in Nashville, obviously because of SJ's shoulder injury, he gonna have to be on light duty, and this fool ain't gonna be able to double up because he only got one arm. So we ain't gonna have
man.
and get some videos or some photos. Yeah, we got one good arm, and all that arm gonna do is hold that light. So we gonna be solid this time. We know.
Hey, I don't know though. He might do a mouth rig and have a camera in his mouth, like, yeah. I don't know if y'all seen SJ Iceland video, but man, he was supposed to do video work for me, and you might have seen it one time. I think it might have been more so in my video. But I had to give him the side eye one time because I'm over here, the camera pointing all the way over there. I'm like, hey, boss, what's going on, man? You make it. See what happened is when your man supposed to do the video work for you, it's supposed to be an easy video edit. But with him doing that, it makes me gotta find other clips to cut cut back. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh man,
that was bad. That was bad. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. but it was a lot of situations going on too. Like it was obviously you seen us, me and Mid bit, buttoned up to a T than what she was in. You know what I'm saying? So the plan was
no other situation going on.
Yeah,
get them shots at the same time. That's the only situation that was going on. SJ.
Well, the plan, I was going to do it, but then when we got there, we see how cold it was because I was like, I was going to do your work, and then I'll just shoot with her afterwards. But like, it was really cold out there. Like, it was freezing out there that morning. So I was just like, I'm not going to have her, do something secondary after this time. So I was just like, I might as well just try to steal something in between. It didn't work out the way it worked out, bro. Because I seemed like everything was epic about it. So I was just like, I'm going to try, but it just didn't work.
Yeah, it did not work out. But you know what? I didn't expect you to shoot because you know what? You know why it took you so long for the video? Because guys, I absolutely came just for landscapes. I absolutely came for hey guys, I absolutely just came to do landscape. What actually got me into my love of photography. So yeah, I didn't even expect them to shoot, but it was interesting because kind of looking back at it, it gave me another perspective. You know what I mean? So I got to see your POV versus what my POV was.
Yeah, that shit was bad though. It was real bad.
Let me see. Yeah.
But I'm talking about it was cold. It was cold as fuck that morning, man. I'm like, it was so cold out there. Like the model, like she's you gotta give her all her credit the way she was out there for like what was it, like 10 minutes or something like that. What she was in, like it was freezing out there, man. And I was just like, I'm just gonna try to steal some shots, bro, because I like the scene that epic. It was like everything was like
she would have thugged it out for you, bro.
No, she would have because she said she would have, but it was just like, trust me, if you would have been out there in that cold, bro, you would have been like, nah.
Yeah.
Like it was that bad.
And I'll definitely say, like, man, I have known Thasi for, oh man, it seemed like so much longer, but it's only been 2 years, and some change.
Yep.
But man, when she is the epitome of ride or die.
Facts.
Ride or die. I hit her up like, hey yo, Thasi, I'm about to go to Iceland. We talk about Iceland, y'all. Like, yo, I'm about to go to Iceland. You trying to come with me? Let's do it, man. And be right there with you. Like, all right, we there. That's what if I had to say, yeah, that's my ride or die right there. Like,
ride or die. She
gonna come through. Like, well, I think she was supposed to come to Vegas one time. Boom. I get her flight. She like, man, I can't come because of work. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all know the story we always hear. Next thing you know, she cash out me my money back. Like, all right, here go your money back. Boom, boom, boom. Like, dang, all right, yeah. I gotta keep you on the team. Cause man, you be trying to pull hairs, trying to get some money back from a model. Like, they gonna run circles around you.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm actually I'm excited for the Iceland trip. That's man, that's gonna be epic. Like when me and SJ went, we didn't even scratch the surface to how much stuff was out there.
Yeah.
That place that I'm talking about though, with with that background, man, epic location. That's definitely going to be some shots that you can add to your portfolio that a lot of people is not going to have, especially from a
Facts.
portrait perspective. Because you got most people going to Iceland, they going for landscape for the most part. Now, you know, you got some folks that do the wedding stuff and stuff like that, but from a portrait perspective, I definitely say some of that stuff is limited because, especially that place, is pretty far to get to. So most people do most of the stuff that's closer to the city. So when I say, you know, when I have my events, I try to make sure that we have an adventure. You know what I mean?
What's interesting too about that place we went to and shot, when I finally posted that picture, somebody was like, "Man, this is AI." I was like, I wish it was. I was like, I wish it was.
Yeah, it was, man. And the thing was, I think me and SJ might have been kind of on the fence about, man, are we gonna make this drive and go, or
Facts.
we gonna sit this one out? Because you know, from where we were at, it was about a 6-hour drive, and I was like, man, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Why? You know why? Because we were shooting. We shot the Aurora, the Northern Lights
Yeah.
at night, and we was tired because we just got back like early in the morning. We only got like 5 hours sleep. We was like, "Are we going to do it?" Like we was trying to figure out everything. Like we looked up what places to stay at because we're like, well, let's drive halfway. Then
Halfway.
we had to try to find a place. But yeah, we definitely managed it though. I'm kind of glad we did though. We decided to kind of take that drive.
Yeah. Because that spot was epic. So I'm excited to let other people shoot at that location.
I'm going to challenge Mid to not shoot wide open at that location. Like, get your wide open shots. All right, now stop that joint down to like F4, F5, 6, and get some shots just to appease me.
No. That location I didn't shoot wide open. So that's the video I put out, and I was like, don't shoot wide open at a location like this. So I didn't shoot wide open right there, but specifically because I had that, I had that title in mind.
I did no talk.
Oh, you
so I'm gonna have to make sure you don't shoot wide open too. Like, get them wide open shots, then stop that bad boy on down.
Yeah, I definitely did.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you. That. So yeah, I'm excited to share that location with everybody. And man, it's definitely. I got a few different things going on here. I got that. I'm working on the West Coast situation. So you know, anybody interested in that, you know, definitely I got that coming up. But this is actually the place in Iceland where I'm talking about. Man, this place is absolutely amazing. But I got one spot kind of left for Iceland. If you want to check out the details, I got kind of like an overview of, man, just look at that landscape. Come on, y'all. You and look at Thasi. Thasi is the truth, man. I'll try to tell you.
she's my favorite, the one on your lineup. Like she really is. She's really professional. She's down
Right.
to whatever. Like she be about her shit. She be on time. Like Thasi is definitely 100% my favorite.
Right. This one we searched the Aurora, and man, look at that Aurora shot. I don't even care about landscapes, y'all. But when I got there, I was shooting waterfalls. I was shooting landscapes. I was shooting auroras. I was shooting everything. Like, it's just, man, it's just so unique. I got some bangers. So yeah, man, I'm excited. And you know, the thing that's even more exciting is that the people that booked already, they like contacted me like, man, I can't wait for this one, man. You know what I mean? And that just makes me even more excited to get down to it. So yeah, we got that, and we got some of the models right now. We got Thasi, we got Tiffany, and then this is a model. I got a video on my channel. Giovanna, she is from Paris, so she's coming from Paris and is going to join us in Iceland, and she's a professional model as well. Like she knows how to pose everything. So she's a I'm actually that's the good thing about networking in these other countries. So I'm able to get, models from other countries to come as well. So this is going to be a vibe for sure. And then we got the Puerto Rico. We got the last year trip here. We got some details. We got some of the models lined up right here. And this is gonna be pretty solid. Got girl Thasi, got Selena. Kim, I love working with Kim also. She's a good model. She has a good look. And she does a lot of commercial work actually. So I've seen her do a few different things with some spots. And we got the Las Vegas. If you're gonna be in Las Vegas, man, we had a good time last year. Man, everybody came out, showed up, showed out, and we had an amazing time out there. So if you want to check that out, I kind of got like a overview last year in Vegas. So if you're coming to WPPI and you're looking for something to get into, this definitely can be something where you can get some amazing content. I had like this old school car out there, and man, we got some fire right there too. So if you're looking for something in Vegas, and then we got Imaging coming up, I think in 2 weeks. So if you're going to be in Imaging, I got a very small meetup that's going to happen. I got one spot for that. So we are constantly just like doing things. All right. Always something going on. Always something going on. I might do Vegas this year. Hey man, if you in Vegas, don't might, just do it. You won't regret it. Trust me. You do it one time, you're gonna be like, man, I'm locked in. Man, funny thing about Allison. Allison actually
get him, SJ.
Allison is SJ's model. So y'all know that I'm Spanish Poppy. You know what I mean? So I know SJ, when we was walking up to the car, he really didn't like man, Mid. He probably was saying to himself, man, Mid better not try to speak this Spanish, because I know him. I know the light skinned brothers like him. And then so as soon as I started talking, he like, man, look at this guy. He ain't had no reason to try to talk Spanish, but he just wanted to say hola or some other stuff just because, like. But I'm gonna tell y'all though, if you ain't know, that's the cheat code. That's the cheat code right there, boy. They love if you're not a native speaker and you start talking. Oh man, she would yeah. SJ would be in trouble if I lived in Kentucky. Oh man, he'll be in trouble.
Hey man, I might actually. I'm actually getting a lot of Spanish people that's really just speaking none of Spanish too. The English is not even that strong.
Oh yeah, you need that Duolingo.
Yeah, man. Actually, I don't know what's going on. I'm moving on to Kentucky, but I'm getting like a lot of them these last few months.
Yeah, what's that? Hey, Taj was cool to work with while we was out there. We had a few things. It was kind of cold out there, but for the most part, everything was cool. Especially like seeing from some of the past events. Oh yeah, when she lit up, I saw SJ say, "Hold on, hold on." Yeah.
Hey man, you see him trying to come in and steal my models, man. I was like, what's going on here, man?
Yeah,
And
you
you
know,
know
it's
the thing is, mid will fly him out. You know what I'm saying? So see, you wouldn't have to worry because you like, oh, he don't even live here, so it ain't no problem. Nah, you'll mess around, see a video drop, be like, hold up, hold up.
yeah, he be like,
You
hey,
don't
hey,
even
hold
see
on,
the
hold
video.
on. Yeah. Like, hold on, man. You done fly my model out. Hold on, man. You ain't even tell me nothing about this. Hold on.
Oh,
Yeah, you like, hold on, what's going on this? Yeah, put them to work and you got them where you want them. Yeah, yeah. You like, oh man, but yeah, no, she was definitely cool, you know, because SJ in that moment he was telling her, he's like, man, yeah, I got a model meeting us because to be honest, I went because I wanted to just check out the event that was happening. It was a photo walk happening in Cincinnati that they normally have every year. And I think probably like 2 or 3 years ago, I told SJ that I wanted to try it out and just see. You know what I mean? Because you never know who's from the community that's going to be there. And when I went to Cincinnati, you know, it was a few people that knew who I was and everything from YouTube. So that's always cool to interact with people, but I wanted to check out the event. And for the most part, it's kind of what you're going to get for a free event. I think we ran into one model where we was kind of like, oh man, she's solid right there. All right, you know, that actually kind of worked out because she was solid. And but generally, the free event sometimes you just kind of get girls that's kind of like, you know. So that's where, you know, like my events come into place because you get like more professional, you get a more professional look, you get models that got actual modeling skills and things like that. So you don't have to do as much work with the other free type events or the events that, you know, might not cause much of anything. And so that was kind of the case. So I actually went there and had a whole situation, but went there. I actually bought a car this whole time. I went there. I bought a car while I was over there. Then I drove down to Kentucky, did some content down there. Then we drove back to Ohio, and then I drove from Ohio back to DC. So y'all didn't see all of that, but it was a whole situation when I went over there. Let's see. You know, you don't like a pose threat. But yeah, so Allison, great model, and she has like her interpreter with her, and the interpreter
Yeah, that's the
basically
cheap thing.
poses her for you, where you don't have to do as much work.
That's
So
the cheat code right there.
yeah, so all you got to do is snap, 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 snap. Uh-oh, here we go. This might be a key part. I love the free event in my city, but sometimes they attract regulars and wannabes, not the kind you build your book with. Yeah, and I think that's where, you know, you can get the separation where you know, if you get people that's serious about their stuff, and that's why like it's hard to offer things for free, because you offer it for free, you kind of invite certain people, um, and you get people that's not serious sometimes, or you get people that say they're gonna commit. So let's say they commit to it, and you extend resources for a certain amount of people. Let's say, okay, I'm gonna have food too, so you get food for this certain amount of people, and then these people don't show up because there was no commitment or thing that make them really lock into it. So that's like part of it. And then also, man, the cost associated with this stuff sometimes is a lot. Like just to talk about like my content trips, man, when I do my content trips without even making any money initially, I'm probably coming out of my pocket like $10,000 up front. So you talking about having an event and trying to hope that people show up. So you put out $10,000 initially, and you like, all right, I gotta put up $10,000 because I gotta get the vans, I gotta get the houses, I gotta get these permits or whatever the case may be, and then you gotta hope that you get that money back. So you talk about flights and all of that stuff. So that's some of the stuff that people don't see with like these content trips. Is like, yeah, all right, I put this stuff out, but I already didn't put up $10,000 of my money. So now I got to advertise and try to make sure that I got a good rep to make sure that I at least in the best case I break even and make my money back. Because otherwise you're in the hole right there.
Yep.
Yeah, you in the hole right there. You like, I put up 10,000. All right, I got one person. All right, I'm still 9,000 in the hole. Oh man, so yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to the event. So I laugh every time. Talk life like, yeah, bro, you got it. I ain't
Yeah,
messing with it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say that 10 times out of 10. Like, yeah, this your lane, bro. Like, I'm gonna show up, do some video because that's my lane, and man, I be emotional support. Like, all right, let me help you solve some problems. That's my role, man. Like, that shit's not for me, bro. That shit's not for me, man.
I'll say the problem solving be top tier because we coming to each other like, man, like the one model with her friend, for example, had another model come, and that model could feel like the model and her friend wasn't really messing with her. So it was kind of like tension in the air, and you don't want tension in the air because we got to live in the same Airbnb.
Right.
And we got a model together. So now we trying to problem solve. Like, all right, how are we going to break the ice between them two? It's like stuff that's unnecessary. We shouldn't even be having to problem solve this. This for overseas or domestic trips. So that's the thing. Even if you want to say, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, let's say even Puerto Rico, I'm doing 10,000 out my pocket. You know what I'm saying? Just off trying to establish, you know what I mean? Because you only got certain places that could hold a certain amount of people. You know what I mean? And then you want to lock in everything way beforehand. So you can't play the game of, all right, I'm just gonna wait and see how many people I could get. And then I'll get the house based on how many people book. Because you do that, then it's too late. Because you got a certain amount of dates that you want to do, you know what I mean? So it's really like you gotta be locked in and say, all right, I'm gonna be good. We gonna make it work, whichever way we gotta do it. So yeah, it's domestic and international. Just because even the photo walks that I do for the day, those are expensive because I get an Airbnb, and the Airbnb be expensive. You know what I mean? And then you got flights and all of that type of stuff. So even those add up. So it's a lot of overhead people don't see. Like even Las Vegas stuff, that's expensive.
Yeah, bro.
So it's all around the board. But we got a lot of events going on. So definitely anybody interested, feel free to contact me or visit my website. Because you never know. Like I just randomly got somebody come out the blue, probably like 5 a.m. and booked to Puerto Rico. Like, yeah, I want my you got your own room. I want my own room. Like, so you know your stuff is out there, but you never know who gonna pull the trigger on what and things like that. But I'm definitely grateful for everybody that support, and I'm looking forward to this time because we got new faces for photographers that's coming and things like that, and models as well. So it's going to be a good experience. I'll take this question and then I'll turn it over because I know hey, y'all might not get another live stream with all of us for a long time,
Yeah,
but
we
you
gotta
definitely got a good one.
we gotta get the most out of SJ.
Yeah. Have there been any problems with photographer personalities? Some guys have egos, others want to be comedians, crack jokes, people that they don't know. Some are introverts. What you think about that, Todd?
So I would say Mid and I are very good at setting ground rules right up front. So whether it's a regular photo walk or it's a content trip, like when we did the Puerto Rico trip, once we got to the house, as soon as we got to the house, and we told everybody where their rooms was, everybody got their stuff. We had a meeting in the kitchen and we laid the ground rules, and we was just like, yo, basically, like, we want everybody to have a good time. Everybody need to be respectful. Models, if you feel uncomfortable, come to me. Like photographers, if you do something to make somebody uncomfortable, you get a warning. You do it again, you getting kicked out. So we're real good. And I mean, it comes as, like what he talked about, it comes from experience. Cause over time, like, you do have stuff happen to where you like, okay, we gonna make sure we address this next time. I mean, there was one photo, I think it was when we was in Dallas. We had the photographer that was drinking, what I'm saying, and was like, saying some inappropriate stuff to the models.
Yeah, that was Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte.
Yeah.
And the models didn't tell us until after the fact. So what I'm saying, we could have addressed it right then and there, but we was like, okay, cool. So then the next one that we did, we touched on that. So we're just real good at setting those ground rules and just being like, we here to have a good time, but don't do anything crazy. Like, don't do nothing stupid, because we will shut it down.
Right.
And I pretty much like, Mid be cool. I pretty much just be like, yeah, don't do no, because this is all the only reason I'm here is to make sure that shit go the way it's supposed to go. Okay. And I don't care about none of y'all. Like, I got to make sure the models is good. Like, that's my top priority. And, I want everybody to feel comfortable. So I mean, we have like little stuff that we've had to deal with, but nothing crazy. Cause I mean, people probably have respect for you, number one. And then number two, I think when you're at these events, you see the way that it's run. So you kind of have an idea of like what's going to be tolerated just based off of how everything is being run. You go to something that seems like it's being run very well. You're not going to go in there acting a fool, because they're going to kick me up out of here. Right. I think people kind of go into it being like, okay, clearly this is, something that's run well. I got a lot of respect for Mid. So, I don't think we've ever had any issues where photographers, I mean, we ain't never had like no fights. We ain't never had no situations to where we really even had to like pull, a photographer to the side. And it's, you have like the growing pains of, you got people coming together, but for the most part, like, people just kind of work with each other. And if they don't rock with it, if they don't, not everybody associate with everybody, what I'm saying? So sometimes you might have a photographer that, they ain't going and talking to every other photographer, but that's okay. What I'm saying? So yeah, I would say for the most part, like, ain't really been no problems.
Right. And I think it's good. Like, for me, it's good. We had this conversation that, either SJ or Tog Life can be a buffer for me, in terms of me not having to deliver certain information, you know what I mean? So that I don't have to look like the villain in the situation. It's somebody like, oh man, I ain't messing with Mid no more, and da 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 da. It kind of eliminates me from the situation, and like, hey, that's management department. I'm not management. So you dealing with management at this point. That's not Mid. That's they have put these they had levied these requirements upon you. That's their department, and they just doing their job at that point. You know what I mean? Right. Which is good to compartmentalize those things, where it's like separating the creator from, all right, this is management, this is what they gonna do. They holding you accountable with the logistics, and they delivering the message of what need to be said and what need to be done. You already been informed, and it is what it is. because just like he said, if you look at something and you see it's ran a certain way, you're gonna know. Like I've seen some events and I kind of look and I'm like, I can't, like, even just the image, the overall image of it. I can look at it and I know exactly what I'm getting. And when I see the content from it, I'm like, I wouldn't expect nothing less. I knew it was either going to be ratchet or raunchy or whatever the case, because you can have certain type of shoots, right? Like you can do nude type shoots and stuff like that, but still have it be tasteful, you know? Yeah. Good cop, bad cop. Hopefully I will have the Sony A7V by the time Vegas rolls around. I can get in where I can fit in. Just waiting to see if the firmware update stabilize the third party lenses. Hey, yeah. Hey, we're gonna have a time in Vegas if you coming through.
Yeah, it'd be good to see you, Marcus. Because I mean, when Marcus was Charlotte or Dallas? He was Dallas.
Dallas.
Yeah.
What was that? Well, Dallas was what, 2024?
Yeah.
Man, yo, time fly too fast, man.
For sure.
Fly too fast. Hey, this exactly. T-Mid, you cool. But that other brother, hey, that's exactly right though. And you know,
real talk, I don't be talking to nobody crazy, but I mean, I do stand firm on stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like at the end of the day, I'm a protect the models, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna protect the models first. Because for the most part, like, you know, photographers, unless it's like a female photographer, like photographers can kind of handle themselves. So I mean, I'm gonna always protect the models, make sure they good. And yeah, I mean, you know, if somebody being crazy, like, yeah, I mean, I ain't, hey, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. Okay. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'm guilty as charged. I don't know how much more I can say about it.
Gonna be what it's gonna be. Nah, that's facts. That's facts. Hey, but man, I appreciate everybody tuning in on this extended holiday treat. You know, if you want to donate to the channel ever, I think I got a link in the description. We take what? Oh yeah, I think I got super chats, all that good stuff. So it's definitely much appreciated. All the fellas should be looking out for the models for real though. 1000%, 1000%. And that's how we want it. But yeah, man, I guess with the next live stream, y'all see it probably be in the new year.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll have to get SJ back on again before his shoulder healed up. We'll have to do one more before then, because after that, then we ain't getting no more.
Oh yeah. Hey, slow him down. Like oh no, I'm all patched up now, fellas.
Hey, we'll have to go live in Nashville. We can go live in Nashville.
Oh yeah, live in Nashville. Hey, that man, that's two things he could do. He could hold the light and do the live.
Yeah.
down for 6 months, man. Down for 6 months. Can't do anything.
Hey, I appreciate that. I understand. I appreciate that. Y'all know I got my, matter of fact, Nashville got a Waffle House, huh?
They should.
Yeah, I think we went there last
time. Oh man.
Nah, did we do it? We ain't doing no Waffle
House. I don't think we went, but I know they gotta have one.
Nah, bro. I don't think we did no. I think you thinking Houston, man. We ain't do no.
No, I'm saying like I think they might have one though.
Oh, man.
Yeah, what? I thought we did one. Doug.
Yeah,
I think that barbecue spot the first night.
I think we did, because I think I remember you pulled in first, and I went and
Yeah, I don't think that was Waffle House, man. Like I don't think we had Waffle House in Nashville.
No, yeah, I think it was, because y'all pulled up first, and then I came and met y'all.
Was that Waffle House?
No, that wasn't Waffle House. You talking about the barbecue spot? That was the barbecue.
No, not the barbecue spot. It was the Waffle House, because I think you backed in, and you was driving the black jump.
The only thing I can remember about driving in Nashville was SJ damn near running that red light, and I'm like, well, what you doing? And his response to me was, "Oh, I didn't see it." Like, you driving? It's a light. What you mean you didn't see it? I was scared from that moment on, man. From that moment on, SJ had me terrified because when somebody responded, I didn't see that light.
It was like
and you wasn't even like on your phone, SJ. That was the thing that got me, bro. Like I would have understood.
Wasn't that light like somewhere like on like was it like on a pole or some crap like that? Like,
I think it was off to the side. I think it was a street where they only had them on the side. So I mean, I will give you that. I will give you that.
I'm about to say, I know it was something going on. I know it was something weird.
He like, oh man. He like, I can't ride with him no more. Oh man. No, but that it's gonna be a good time. It's gonna be a good time. It will definitely see y'all in the new year. Definitely check out their page, Anthony Tog Life and SJ Square Photography. Until the next time.
Real quick before you sign off. Now, SJ, you already done answered this question, but I done forgot. What's the squared represent in SJ Squared?
I gotta remember. Nothing I gotta remember, bro. It's something I was trying to be fucking clever about the situation because my initials is SJ. So I just put the SJ, then I squared it. You get another SJ out of it.
Got it. Okay. I remember that now. Yeah, I couldn't remember. I remember you told us we had asked you that before. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just something to try to be clever, but you can't really square anything, and so you have to have the whole damn thing written out. So it was kind of square it to it,
Now that I'm thinking about it, you can't even do your intro, huh?
Can't do anything.
Yeah, he only got one arm. He like, hey, 2, 3. Yeah.
Completely out of it, man. They told me 6 months before I could even lift up a pound. So,
oh man, you gonna be hitting her with the one hand.
It'll be a while before I pick up anything for a while.
Oh man,
it's my right hand, so I'm right-handed. So,
I've
really been struggling these last week and a half.
Well, that's rough. Hey man, we got speedy recovery. And with that note, everybody, happy holidays, and we are signing out.
All right, peace out, guys.
Peace out.